YouTube? Is that you? Oh my god! It's been so long. But we got good news, guys. We're coming back.
We love you. Make the heart.
Yeah.
Make a heart. We love you.
It's because we love you. I think we're good.
Yeah.
Should I go shut it off?
Yeah, you should.
My mom, my dad, everyone around me was like, Jake, you shouldn't be doing this. Like, you're gonna kill yourself.
Something I never ever thought I would see on my phone is 3 messages from Jake Paul. It's a neighbor! Oh my god, he just sent a voice memo. Okay, alright, here we go.
For sure, dude. I'm excited. I'm excited we're doing this, and I know I'm putting a lot of like trust into you, and I think if like someone can, you know, do this and have it be fair, it's you. And I want to be like as truthful as possible, obviously, and like just be super real and kind of just like clear things off my chest that I haven't said before. And I know like a lot of people were saying like, yo, like Shane, why are you doing this? Like, don't give him a platform and so on and so forth. And so like, I know you're gonna get criticism for this, and I'm like, nailed it. I mean, I don't even think I have to warn you, but people hate me, like literally they hate me. And I don't, if like this is gonna hurt you, then like I don't want to do it. I don't want to have to be like, I told you so, like I told you people would be pissed, but yeah, it's like, if there's anything we can do to avoid you getting hurt, we should do it, and we should just be as honest as possible about everything, and yeah, man, I trust you,
Okay, well now that we heard that, I guess I should break down what happened and what's going on. So, about maybe 2 months ago, I tweeted.
The ups and downs of Jake Paul's life and persona is something I would love to see from the inside.
That would be really interesting. I want to know, like, what's his life like? What is Team 10? Is his house even real? Is it a set?
We should get this address tattooed on us.
Is his relationship real? Like, is the drama all fake? What is that? Because I literally don't know anything, right? Like, I'm 30. Cut to this, sorry. This was my piñata for my 30th birthday. So clearly I'm, you know, too mature to be watching Jake fucking Paul. No, I literally don't know anything at all.
And Jake also seems clearly eager to do this with Shane, because he simply responded with saying, I'm down.
So when I tweeted that I would be interested in doing it, the backlash I got was crazy. This was like, Shane, if you do this, we will unsubscribe. We don't want to be a part of this.
I literally will stop watching Shane Dawson if he's gonna try to sit here and make me feel bad for Jake Paul.
He's a bad person. He's done bad things. He is a sociopath. He's a liar. So obviously, I was a little scared and a little regretful that I tweeted it because I didn't know the extent of it. I thought he was just cringy. We are the #1 fan base! You know, like with this fucking, you know, yeah, yeah. Like that's all I know.
That might be Logan.
I didn't know they were different people. So I basically reached out to him and I was like, hey, if we do a series together, I want to really be honest about it and investigate you and the situation. Before I even meet him, I want to go down the rabbit hole. I want to talk to people who know him. Do I think he's a sociopath? I don't know. I do want to sit down with like a professional to get their opinion on that. And I told him I'm going to do that. The therapist I want to talk to is somebody I've met before.
Today we're going to talk about sleep paralysis.
When I asked her like, hey, can we do a video about YouTubers being sociopaths? She literally said to me, there's a few. like she was like, there's a few. Like, what if he's one of them? Oh my god. YouTubers have to have some kind of personality disorder or something, right, to do what we do, putting ourselves on camera all the time.
Oh, I should ask for hot sauce.
Oh, shoot.
You're gonna start showing in a couple of months.
I got my favorite sauce, honey mustard. Yum.
Being so open on camera all the time.
That's what sucks the most about it.
Having conventions with our name in it. Like, there has to be something. And I want to know, like, the psychology of a YouTuber. Okay.
Hi.
Hi! Oh my god. I love your videos.
Thank you, honestly.
Okay, so this is perfect because your channel is about talking about drama, controversies, news, kind of just like going through situations and events very like thoroughly.
The video is just complete and utter trash, and Jake just continues to keep on getting lower and lower and lower.
Yeah.
So I asked you to help me with this Jake Paul thing because I don't know anything.
And there's so much to keep up with as well.
Okay, Team 10.
In 2016, he bought a house for $17,000 a month, or rented it. And that was where he started Team 10. And I'm not sure if they were friends. Is it all fake? Is it real? Are people paying to be there? He kicked out his girlfriend and accused her of cheating.
He told everyone that I cheated, so he didn't look like a dick that he kicked me out. I don't know.
And obviously, she ended up dating FaZe Banks. He seemed to never leave Alyssa Violet alone after accusing her of cheating and kicking him out.
And you know I kick them out if they ain't with the crew. Yeah, I'm talking about you.
Alyssa Violet originally exposed Jake Paul of taking 20% of everyone's earnings, which was massive.
I would do anything for him. That's why I signed a contract for 20% of my life for 5 years.
Everyone didn't know that. There was also rules about strictness and bullying going on inside the Team 10 house.
If you're not up by 10 a.m. filming, then like you get fined $50. No alcohol at the house. Every single guest that you had over had to be approved by Jake. At the end of the day, you can't just say I'm sorry and take everything back. I'm hurt still. Ow, ow! And you've hurt a lot of people.
He's clearly got a harsh side to him, but it leads on to he never got over it, and he eventually accused FaZe Banks of assaulting his assistant, and they released a video of where the assistant appeared to have a bruise mark on the neck.
Meg was assaulted by a man.
He like put his arm out and like went like this, and I looked up at him and I realized immediately that it was Banks.
Then it ended up all to be fake.
For this to have happened and nobody other than people in Team 10 said it happened, that should just tell you.
I think I've heard Jake say like, oh, I didn't know it was fake. But a lot of people think, oh no, he orchestrated this.
And Jake even came out and said, I think about a month later, he handled the whole situation badly.
We should be handling these situations in person and not talking over social media.
And this is where his fans began to fall out of love with him. He started losing thousands of subscribers, and at that point, that had never happened on his channel.
But I do also remember like Jake Paul was on a podcast and he was about to hit 10 million subscribers. And I think that's right when people found out the controversy was fake.
How do you have that level of certainty where you're like, I'm gonna put this in a video and fucking expose this guy?
So like,
and then he started losing them. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Because you're going back under now.
oh no.
You're going back under. They'll take it back.
And like the numbers started going down while he's live on the podcast. And he's like, wait, why are they going down?
All right, I'm gonna remove this.
No, don't go back.
It was crazy.
First YouTuber ever hit 10 million twice.
So you think that's the moment that made him from cringy to like hated? So that started the downfall.
Yeah, there was things coming out here and there, people coming out from his high school saying Jake Paul bullied me in high school.
Quote, dumping people's book bags in the trash. Jake, quote, for real rode his bike over my friend's car when he got mad.
Also, eventually after that, it came out that Jake was bullying members of Team 10.
Yeah, I wouldn't know.
Did any of them come out and talk about it?
Yeah, this is kind of something which is really weird, because why would these people come up, quit Team 10 and say he bullied us when he was in there, he took 20% of our revenue? Why, if they were so upset about that, why would they stay in a team for so long? Why would they stay in there for 6 months, a year?
She made a video. It was like her video that she came out and like told the truth. Don't you think in that video she would have mentioned that I was abusive if she really wanted to get everything off of her chest? Now all of a sudden she wants to make that up and bring that up. I'm just trying to be the bigger person. She's out there like roasting me.
Eventually a lot more people began to leave 10 over Jake's actions. Recently Nick Crumpton left Team 10.
Everyone in this room is delirious.
Jake Paul's best friend, Chance, quit Team 10. What the hell is going on? Team 10 is like falling apart.
Okay, Jake, so you.
Everything began just to kind of slip away from Jake. When you look at Everyday Bro, most of the members in that video aren't members of Team 10 anymore.
Interesting. He kind of lost his friend group.
But since then, he kind of went out of the radar until the KSI, the Deji Comedy Sports Gamer fight.
What the fuck are you wearing? Are those Walmart jeans?
And he's looking for the big punch to end this.
No one expected that here.
Do you think the Suicide Force video, even though it wasn't his, the way that went down and the press and like the fact that everybody was mad at Logan?
Recently, as you know, came under fire for posting an alarming video showing the body of a person who took their own life.
Did we just find a dead person in the Suicide Force hanging?
Dude, this has been, to be honest with you, the hardest time of my life. I've never been hated by the whole world.
And like Logan lost a bunch of business.
Google Preferred dropped you from their service.
Yeah. It was really the worst thing I think that's ever happened on YouTube. Do you think
for sure.
that made Jake be like, oh my god, like it's no controversy's worth, like the press isn't worth it, oh my god, I need to not do anything controversial, oh my god. Like I wonder what his reaction to the Suicide Force video was.
With the Forest thing, it does seem that Logan has gotten away with it in essence, and I feel like they've seen that, and I think they know right now if they've survived that, they can survive anything.
That just gave me the chills. Oh god. I wonder if even he would say like the Suicide Force thing's next level and like almost not human to do that.
I do believe that Jake does think that. I don't think he's a totally awful person. I think he's somebody that has reached this level of fame and he doesn't want to lose it. I think the whole thing with being popular for a lot of people on YouTube, for especially a lot of newer creators, you need to remove morals, because with the website becoming so saturated, there are certain things, if you don't have popularity from 4 years ago and you're on 1,000 subscribers now and you're running to 1 million subs in a year, you've got to do something crazy.
Please don't, Jake. Yeah. Oh my god!
That's happened so many times with them. I can't imagine waking up every morning and thinking, what am I going to do today that gets me 10 million views? What limit am I going to push?
Except, you know what?
We're not normal.
The pause.
Yeah.
The pause. Let's go.
The Secret Service is at our house right now. This is not a joke. What does this mean though?
It means that you're getting great vlog material.
Is it all fake? Is his personality not what it is in real life? Because it's something I've wondered.
I'm just living in the real world, and you're living in a fake one.
A lot of people are exaggerated personalities on YouTube, and I want to know how exaggerated it is with Jake. Because for all we know, he could be a completely different person. I've seen it with Rice Gum. Is Jake Paul on YouTube different to Jake Paul in real life? And that's really what I personally want to know. And I think a lot of other people want to know that. Because there has been a lot of controversy, but the real controversy to me is he who he says he is?
And that's the sociopath question, because if he is genuinely a sociopath, like a lot of people think, then Jake Paul is a character and it's a mask, and like the real person none of us have seen.
I was watching a few of his older videos for the first time earlier, and he seemed so different. And this is why the question of is he a sociopath, I'm really not sure, because in it he seemed to be caring, not just about himself, but about, it was weird things he was caring about towards his car. He spoke about his truck in it. He was talking about, just in general, a lot of things he cared about. He seemed nice, he seemed genuinely happy, and to have real emotions. When I watched that, I thought, this is a real person.
Super excited because later we're going to Halloween Horror Night. It's like one of the biggest haunted houses. And I want you guys to laugh with me. I want you guys to be sad with me. I want you to like come along with my life. So we're almost at the book signing and I'm getting kind of nervous. I'm gonna be meeting people. What if no one comes?
A year later, when Team 10 was fully formed, he was big on YouTube, completely different. So this is like the question of where is it real comes in. And I don't think it is, purely based on that. Because for him to be so different in a year period, maybe he thought, I need to be controversial to get big. To get big on this platform, to take it by hands, I need to do something big, I need to change the game.
And he was probably like, I need to be like my brother.
Yeah, because his brother has been doing controversial things for a long time.
You're blown up.
Well, I will fake you out with your ex-girlfriend again.
Our relationship, in my eyes, is bipolar. I'm always trying to be the best brother and support him. Logan, on the other hand, is the opposite. He is always wanting to kick me or punch me or push me down so that he can always be one-upping me.
It's been since we were kids,
Seriously.
like growing up, like through high school.
You go and make videos with my ex-girlfriend, like you need to stop, dude. Like it's not cool as a brother. Like I would never do that to you. I don't think any brother would do that I know of.
Is there anybody I should interview first, like from his past? That would be good.
Honestly, I think Nick Crompton would be perfect because he's known Jake from start to finish. He knows he left because he didn't like it the way it was going. So maybe there were things we don't know about. There definitely is things we don't know about, but big things. He knows all about the controversy. There's so much there. He was in Team 10 for the whole time. He was the manager, he was in charge of the business, so he'll know all about contracts, he'll know if they're paying, because it's something which no one's spoken about, no one's asked these people. And I think Nick would be the perfect guy to ask.
And he's literally the only one who I know and whose number I have. Oh my god, okay. I guess I'll reach out to Nick Crompton. Oh my god. I feel like this is gonna get darker than I'm expecting, and
Oh, hey, Alyssa, what's up? Time to see which brother you know better.
Which brother has the higher IQ?
Are you serious?
Oh, I was just saying, I feel like I'm about to get on a roller coaster right now. Sociopaths. Yes. You're very intuitive about all that. So that's why I wanted to talk to you about this, because I feel like if anybody could tell me what to look for, it would be you. Because I feel like, do you spot them?
You can feel them.
Hey, what do you mean you can feel them?
It's like you said, roller coaster. That's a perfect way to set it up because it's almost like a pit in your stomach. Like it's that feeling, but just from them being around.
So, besides the feeling, what are the characteristics, I guess?
They have no empathy. And I think that's a hard thing for people to actually fully understand because most of us don't have this issue. So we feel for other people.
Yeah.
A lot of like clinicians like myself would call it antisocial personality disorder.
So what are like the bullet points, for example, like in a book, what would it say?
Sociopaths believe that like the law doesn't apply to them and like the rules don't apply to them. They're like above it and they're so important to everybody else that like they'll get away with it, like nobody will care.
I think you should know, while we were shooting the episode, I got arrested. Okay.
Like for instance, failure to conform to social norms with respect to lawful behavior. So they're usually like
getting into fights.
She ended up starting a full-on fight with Nikki.
Stealing.
After stealing a tube of lip gloss, Megan Fox went on a crime spree at her local Walmart.
Using anything they can to get their needs met. People aren't people, they're just tools to be used in their life. Then they also are impulsive. So failure to plan ahead. They'll want to do things and then not do things on a whim. Irritability and aggressiveness is indicated by repeated physical fights or assault. Especially if someone tries to discredit them or put them down in some way, this will be like a knee-jerk response. Then next is reckless disregard for the safety of self or others. So they don't really care what happens to them, because again, like, remember, they don't have any empathy.
You do not care about what happens to you at all.
As his lawyer spoke to the press, Simpson goofed around, making faces like he didn't have a care in the world.
Like if they were doing like challenges, they wouldn't care if it was like really dangerous for someone or like hurt someone.
But if we can get a trampoline and jump in the middle of traffic, that would be so fire. Let's do this.
Or like consider, not that we're saying like the Paul brothers are sociopaths at all, but like wasn't it Jake Paul that like lit a huge fire in his pool with like furniture and stuff? They could have burned the house down, or the people's home next door who could have been sleeping. Like, for God's sake, they don't consider that. Then we have consistent irresponsibility. They don't know what it's like to be responsible because they don't care about how that affects other people. But this last one is lack of remorse. If somebody got hurt during a prank or during a video or doing something for them, they wouldn't care. They don't feel bad. Like TanaCon, for instance, with you felt such remorse. Yeah. You were like, oh my God, people were outside. This is terrible. I feel terrible. I'm gonna find a way to reimburse people. Someone who fit this would be like, nah, whatever. Fuck them. That would be their whole mentality.
When I Googled it, and it said that sociopath is like, they're wearing a mask. And around certain people, they use a different one. Like around you, I'm going to be funny. Around you, I'm going to be sad. Around you, I'm going to be charming. Around you. But what's under the mask is the truth.
Yeah.
Do you think it is possible that a lot of YouTubers might be this?
They could be, or they could be narcissistic.
What's that? I mean, I know what it is, but not like the term.
Yeah, because narcissism is again, it's like born out of trauma usually, which kind of makes you feel bad for them a little bit, but like not that much, because they feel so fragile as a person that they put up like this wall that they're better than. They need a lot of attention. They want everybody to like them. They want to control everything and everybody else, so they tend to be really manipulative as well. So there is some overlap with this, but they do actually feel things. But they manipulate in the same way.
So for people watching at home, in their day-to-day life, what should they look for?
It'd be someone who is really popular.
Simpson had an active social life and lots of friends.
And someone who always knows the right thing to say for some reason, no matter the situation. They're always really witty.
You know, I mean, I ordered a cake for myself. I'm not a monster. I see. All right. So at least you had a cake. Yeah, I'm not a sociopath. Good. Yeah.
They're actually super intelligent, usually, because to manipulate takes a lot of intelligence. Imagine all the, like, detecting we have to do and, you know, searching for all those little bits about people that we can use to manipulate them. It takes a lot of effort. They probably have a lot of different relationships in their past. Like, they tend to bounce from friends to friends, because as soon as people start to see a chink, if they're not very good at manipulating, they'll move on to another group.
Okay, that leads me to my final question. YouTubers. Jake Paul.
It's possible. I mean, I don't know him. That's the thing, is like people put on shows to be on YouTube. Like, you know what I mean? Personas.
Yeah.
But going back to the symptoms and signs that we just read through, like not caring if people get hurt. He's done things to people, like terrorizing members of his like team, right?
Yeah.
Like the lack of emotion in his eyes and stuff is kind of creepy. Is he remorseful? Does he just pretend he's remorseful? We see like videos where he says he is, but is he? I don't know.
Yeah.
First of all, I'm so sorry to the Martinez twins.
I know he's definitely impulsive, but he's also like a younger guy, you know? But I'd have to get to know him better, because like we think there's empathy, but is it a show? Is it manipulation? I'd like to hear what other people in his life have to say, because they know him better.
Right. Yeah.
It's definitely possible. I'd have to meet him, and I'd have to get to know him a little bit more, and have to, you know what I mean, to get a full picture. Because it could be narcissism, it could be nothing. He could be totally fine and it's just a persona. We don't know.
Would you come with me?
Yeah, I'll go. Let's hope he's not scary.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go outside and second guess every single person I meet.
I'm so sorry. It's not that many.
I feel trapped in the mind of Jake Paul, and I want to get out. So do I jump into the mind of Logan? I've been afraid of Logan this whole time.
And that's a fact! That's truth, guys. That's how life works.
I didn't want to go into this like trying to expose Logan or talk about Logan. It was about Jake. But then the more I fell down the holes and the more I realized and researched and the more I learned about sociopaths and the more I learned from Jake personally and people in his family and people that talk about Logan.
I'm really nervous, guys. Like, it's my first big scene in my first big Hollywood movie. I'm just kidding, yo, freaking hell. This is what I was born to do, bro.
The more I was like, I can't not talk about this because it's Jake's brother and they were raised by the same people. Like, this is connected. I never talked to Logan directly and said, hey, just letting you know I'm doing this. Because everybody said I didn't have to. Everybody's like, he's not gonna care. He didn't care about filming a dead body. Why would he care about what Shane Dawson's doing on fucking YouTube? But like, that was how my brain worked. So he tweeted, I'm gonna make a response video to Shane's series. And I had a fucking panic attack and started freaking out. So I DM'd him. And he said I can share these. So I'm gonna share them. This is a lot. I said, sorry if you were offended that I kind of insinuated maybe you were a sociopath. And then he responded with, yo dog, sorry.
Was it D-A-W-G?
No, it was just dog.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah, we stand. I am like oh my god, this is so weird. What is this?
I gave up on answering that question a long time ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yo dog, I think what you're creating is fucking incredible, in all caps.
Oh, nice.
I know you're a good guy with good intentions. I just feel like the audience might be slightly ignorantly misled, and I want to address a couple of those things. I trust you. And I was like, whoa. First of all, thank you. Wait, so do you think you might be a sociopath? There was a couple things I didn't read in that message that kind of seemed like it. I was like, do you think you're a sociopath? Or like, what do you mean? He said, I'm on the sociopathic spectrum. I wouldn't say I'm a sociopath, but I would absolutely say I have sociopathic tendencies. And at the beginning of the year, I was at a place in my life where they got the best of me and they consumed me, which is when it gets dangerous, obviously. Life is more complex than he's a sociopath or he's not. Jake, for example, definitely has tendencies, as we all do. Which is interesting, as we all do. But he's also nice and empathetic as fuck. And at random times, and off camera, he's so nice for no reason, like feeding the homeless. This is a trait he's had that I've always envied. Which I thought was kind of interesting.
Wow. That's so wild to have the emotion of envy about somebody having other emotions like that.
Right.
That almost doesn't make any sense, but I guess it kind of does.
But it's right, it's complicated, right? I said, do you feel empathy? Because if you feel empathy, then you're not a full sociopath. He said, of course I feel empathy. The level at which I feel it differs for each topic or subject though. And then I was like, if you want to talk to me in person for the series, like, I'll like let you take control of that conversation because I am actually very curious. I've never heard somebody admit that they had sociopathic tendencies. That is fascinating to me, right? And I don't know if he's manipulating me or if he's like, I don't really know, but I have to respect him for saying that and for being like okay with me saying that he said that.
Yeah.
And I mean, I've seen videos of Logan like at funerals, right? He's talked about this. He doesn't cry at funerals. He vlogged it at a funeral.
Everyone is gonna die. And I'm sorry, like I hate to be the one to break it to you, but death is going to happen. It's inescapable.
So he didn't have empathy in that situation. But is that his fault? No. If he has sociopathic tendencies.
And I think you're emotionally, you can say I'm full of shit if you want.
I know what you're gonna say.
You know, emotionally you're just not connected to death the way I am, for example.
I think he is right. I shouldn't be pointing a finger and being like, you might be a sociopath, because that's fucked up. And I was wrong for doing that. But I'm really fucking excited about this new chapter, because like, this is a shit I'm interested in. Like, whoa. Logan Paul just said he has sociopathic tendencies. Logan Paul just admitted to that. And I like that because it makes sense.
Yeah.
If he would have just said that from the beginning and said like, dude, I have sociopathic tendencies. I was raised a certain way that made this happen, trauma, whatever. And like, I don't have an empathy switch or something.
Yeah.
Sometimes it doesn't turn on. And it didn't turn on. And it's a fucking disorder. I think everybody would have been like, huh.
Yeah.
right?
Maybe there's more than we think where, you know, there's a quote-unquote sociopath who's not dangerous or evil. Then it's like, okay, then that's like an exception.
And that's what Logan said in his first DM to me, that he said, I think people are getting confused and thinking sociopath and psychopath are the same thing, and they're not. He's like, I am not a psychopath. He's like, I'm not a sociopath, I just have tendencies. But I'm not a psychopath for sure. And a psychopath is somebody that was born that way. It's in their brain. A sociopath is made.
You guys saw it. My family is so lighthearted, and although we did get serious and we did mourn, what today was a celebration. Sometimes you might feel things, which I think are okay. As an actor, like I'm feeling emotions, it's a good thing.
Are we gonna fucking do an interview with Logan? Ooh.
What even is that conversation?
Iconic.
I know.
Logan Paul being like, yeah, I have tendencies.
Oh no.
I mean, just being, because I want to talk to somebody that
really
is like, yeah, it's not my fault.
Oh yeah, oh man, you've been wanting to talk to a person with sociopath tendencies. If it just happens to be Logan.
Whoa.
Oh man.
Okay, so I feel like something I haven't done yet is look into Jake's parents. Getting to know the parents will help me understand the child and why Jake is the way he is. Usually, I would just meet them, but luckily, both his parents are on YouTube. So this is the dad. I have like no idea what to expect. I've heard weird things about the dad, but I've
definitely heard stuff, yeah, like on like Phil DeFranco or Keemstar.
But Deji said that Jake Paul and Logan Paul's father, Greg Paul, he attacked a fan at the press conference.
Fuck Jake Paul! Fuck Jake Paul! The haters will never, ever have an effect on the Paul family. GP's out.
This is Vlog Dad.
Is that him? Oh, that's him.
Yeah.
Calm down! Apollo! Apollo, calm down!
Apollo! Calm down!
You guys like my new shirt? Half and half.
What happened?
Dad is vlogging, and in the background, the dog is barking, and the girl's holding it, and then Jake and Logan are trying to tell the dog to be quiet, and then Logan grabs a plate and smashes it right in front of the dog.
Really?
And it's like, be quiet, like it's like a joke. And the dad's just like, watching.
Like my new shirt.
You guys like my new shirt?
It's not like they kicked the dog or something, right? But like the fact that they broke a plate that close to a dog.
Did it on camera.
And it's on camera, and the dad and nobody's acting like it's crazy. It's weird.
Yeah.
Right?
100%.
I mean, it was Logan that did it. Not to stick up for Jake. But Jake was like just kind of watching. Calm down! It's okay, buddy.
Like that's next level.
Okay. I'm gonna hold my thoughts until I see more of the mom. That was epic. I'm not gonna, I mean, let's just keep it real. Fucking whoa, Transformers shit. So far, I'm in.
So today, I decided, since there's not a lot going on, to watch Logan's vlog. I just had to comment and get involved.
Shake your parents' hand, which I liked as a young.
What do you mean? That's Greg's fault. Greg should have taught Logan to walk up to the door and shake parents' hands. That's the boy's job. I mean, the dad's job to teach the boy. Greg didn't do that either, though. Wow.
Was she just like dissing her ex-husband? Like, feud?
Well, that not only was a feud, but that was like kind of telling. He didn't do that either. What does that even mean?
Now I don't even feel bad about getting involved in family drama because they literally are doing it. They're having family drama in their vlogs. Like,
literally, yeah.
Why did Dad beat my ass when I was growing up?
Did I beat your ass?
You up, dude.
I mean, maybe he's not that bad. Maybe he's like, he just is a byproduct of kind of the people around him. Maybe that's not even who he really is.
Team 10 is a dysfunctional family. My family is a dysfunctional family. Everything in my life is one big dysfunctional head.
Jake Paul, draw my life. Let me see a second of this.
My parents' names are Greg Paul and Pamela Stepnick. They already had another kid named Logan Paul, so this made us brothers, and he was older by 2 years. Logan was also a savage, and I spent my whole life with him basically side by side. My mom gave me my nice and caring side, while my dad gave me my manly and hard-working side. From the time I can remember, my parents instilled in Logan and I a great work ethic and a competitive spirit. Whatever we did, we wanted to be the best at, and we had the work ethic to match that. My brother and I would always train and work out to become better at playing football. My dad, Logan, and I would train all the time and push our limits to become better athletes. We would always see who could run faster, do more push-ups, and so on. Right around this time, my dad bought my brother and I a camera so we could record our football games, watch them back, and see how we could improve. My mom would be the filmer, and she was also our biggest fan. And our dad was the head coach of our Pee Wee League team. Football aside, Logan and I took the camera and...
Like, I'm not a therapist, but your dad's the coach, and then you have to watch it again, and they tell you what you did wrong.
The competitive spirit thing is a lot.
By the time I was in middle school, as you can imagine, I was the class clown. Always causing trouble, making jokes, and I couldn't sit still. I didn't like school. I still don't. 2 weeks later, this app called Vine had just came out. I told my bro about it, and he loved it too. 2 weeks later, we got into a competition, of course, on who could get more followers. So, here we were in the middle of Ohio, spending hours.
This fucking competition shit sucks.
Yeah. Well, also, like, they train us to have a competitive spirit. They're trying to get them to be better at football. Like, go to the NFL. Like, they kind of train them to do this.
Right.
I realized that I could make money from making videos. This was amazing. I didn't know what to do except freak out. It got to a point where I would go to wrestling tournaments and the competition would ask to take pictures with me or be freaking out. Sometimes, though, they would film me if I lost and post it on Vine talking that smack talk. The videos just made me laugh, though. The bad part about all the fame and money is that attracts haters. People in my school, the kids that I grew up with, started hating on me. They would talk so much smack and tweet me the nastiest things. At first, this really upset me and it was hard to deal with. My mom would see the haters and call their moms and yell at them. Love you, Mom. Eventually, though, I realized that they were just jealous and that was their way of expressing it. I knew that I could turn my internet fame into something massive. And so that's what I set out to do. On my last day of school, I said goodbye. Most kids were still talking smack and a teacher even asked me, "What are you going to do when social media dies?" on my way out. I just smiled and waved. They didn't understand the vision. 17 and in Los Angeles with a lot to prove, I started grinding every day trying to make things happen. I started by going to acting classes, improv classes, and meeting with anyone I could. But I knew I wanted to do social media, acting, and business. This is when I created Team 10. It started with Alyssa and I, and kept growing, and then now we're growing more and more each month. Eventually, while all of this was happening, I then got called into audition for Disney Channel's new show called Bizaardvark. It was intimidating and nerve-wracking. My brother said to me, either come back Dirk or come back on your shield. After a couple of auditions and beating out the other actors, I came back Dirk. I remember getting the call and just freaking out. I legit almost cried. It was a dream come true.
My gut tells me that Nick got thrown out when the dad came in. I think the dad was like, "No, come on, we're gonna do this." Like back in like football times. Like me and my boys, we got this.
He's the coach.
Yeah. And like, I respect the thought of like a dad who's like, "Come on, kids, we got this." But I think then Jake doesn't really have a dad. He just has a boss or a coworker. I think this is like way more deep and complicated than I was expecting.
Dear Shane Dawson.
You can't just say like, "You're a sociopath." The word I would like to use is sociopathic tendencies. So a lot of us, me included, will do some dumb shit. Maybe some stuff that lacks empathy. Strictly for views, right? It gets us views.
I'm gonna be the biggest entertainer on the planet.
Which gets us subscribers. Our motivating factor is to reach the next level.
Next level, guys. 2.8 billion views on YouTube this year.
Sociopath is boiled down someone who is just more savage than everyone else.
Savage. Savages only.
After days and days of trying to convince him, Nick Crompton is in.
No, it's Nick Crompton and my collar stay popping.
I have been trying to get this motherfucker to say yes to being interviewed for literally a week. Now, the reason it was so important for me to interview Nick Crompton is because he was with Jake since the very beginning. He knows Jake very, very well, on and off camera. He knows the business side of things. He worked with Team 10. This whole thing was very personal to him, you know, like this was his life, you know, managing Team 10, friends with Jake. So I understand why he's been so apprehensive. And this, to me, just proves like what kind of person he is, right? He said, when my life started getting crazy with all the attention and the money, etc., I started typing up all my core values and beliefs in my notepad, so I never lost myself or did something that I would regret. In those notes, there's a sentence that says, I'll never publicly talk about the personal lives of others, as I expect the same from people closest to me. I guess I could try to do this if Jake knows 100% that I'm doing it. I don't want him to think I'm going behind his back, and I don't want anybody to think that I'm talking about them for publicity.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's wild.
I know.
He wrote that down. I never want to talk about somebody that's...
I know, I just love him. So that meant I had to go to Jake. So I basically said, Jake, listen, I want to interview Nick. I trust him. I think I need to interview the other side. And he was like, 100%, I agree. Yes, it's a yes. There are conditions though. So I wanted to obviously interview Nick at his place. And he was like, I'm so sorry, like I can't. I have so many issues right now with privacy and like PTSD from the whole Team 10 situation. I mean, there was literally like hundreds of kids outside of their house 24/7. He sent me an address for a house that is a business he's working on. I don't know, it's confusing and I don't understand it, but it's a mansion and we're going. We're not allowed to show the outside. I don't know why. There's a lot of secrecy with this whole situation. Let's go to England, my favorite city. Jesus.
You Shane? Madeline. Nice to meet you.
Do you mind if I film you?
Oh yeah, no problem.
Oh, really?
I'll bring you guys upstairs.
Whoa! There's an elevator in the house?
Yes. Oh, you guys can see the movie theater.
The movie theater.
What's going on?
Oh my god.
Right?
What is this? Where are we? Do we know what this is? Do you know what this is?
All of these houses are just like all influencers. Networking.
Wow. What is happening? What? That's such a big table.
I know, right?
Wow. This is crazy. This is so cinematic.
Hey, how are you? Good to see you.
Thank you for joining
I was going to say, do I say hi to
Hey,
you
man.
or not?
How you doing, brother?
Oh my god.
Do you like it?
This is... What is this? This is crazy. Okay. I still don't think I understand how insane the whole thing was and what it must have been like to be in Team 10 with all the people outside.
It's every day, bro! It's every day, bro!
With hundreds of millions of views on a music video. You're a meme, you're everywhere.
What is that? What is that?
And like, that's not what you probably signed up for.
No.
You know it's Nick Crompton and my collar stay popping!
Is that why you were nervous to do this? Or why it's taken a while for you to say yeah?
Talking about how I feel and what's going in my head and talking about someone else's personal life is not something I'm comfortable with, but Jake said it was fine, so we're here.
I was just like, it looks so like iconic.
Wait, okay, are you filming?
Yeah.
Okay, what was it like living in the Team 10 house? Did you actually live in it?
Yeah.
Like you slept there? What was that like?
I guess Team 10 was like my college experience. Or the closest thing that I'm going to get to it because I didn't go.
Right.
There's a bunch of people living together, just having fun, but we were making money at the same time and it was a business.
Was it as chaotic as people make it out?
No. If it was, I wouldn't have lived there.
Right.
Like, I can't deal with that.
Because one thing I did hear about from somebody was some of the pranks, like the bigger, crazier pranks, were planned.
I feel like pretty much everyone that's a little bit older knows that it's all fake.
It's all over!
It's just difficult to say that they're fake when there's still loads of young kids watching and enjoying it, and I don't know if... I don't want to be responsible for ruining that whole thing.
If pushing people down in stores and doing all that kind of stuff is planned,
that's how we're gonna wake everyone up.
Then it kind of changes my opinion a little bit. Because it makes him look less like impulsive and crazy.
What the hell are you doing?
Good morning, honey!
And more like, this will be funny, right? If I break this thing and throw this thing and do this thing. Like, what's the biggest one? Like, he destroyed a kid's room or something? That was a thing.
I mean, that whole thing, as I've never talked about this, but we're on the topic. I was super close to the Martinez twins, as was Jake, and as was everyone on Team 10. Like, it was super fun, and we all loved each other, and then all of a sudden, they came out with this video.
Yo, what's up guys? We're the Martinez twins.
Saying that we were bullying them, using examples from Jake's vlogs, like him being handcuffed to a bed or something for a day or whatever it was.
We were in a room, so he started pranking us every single day. Like, we felt so bad. Like, the reason's like
not real.
Was it the twins where their bedroom was destroyed and...
Goodbye, Martinez room!
And they were saying in the video, like, oh, he destroyed our room.
Like, he destroyed our room.
And we didn't know.
Like, why? I was like what the hell are you doing?
It's every day, bro!
They did know. It wasn't even a room, it was a fake room that we built.
We actually made that room in one day. Yeah, in one day.
Like, so they went to Home Depot.
We bought everything, we built it.
And like, we made them a fake room in the living room and then destroyed it.
You built it to destroy it, basically.
Yeah.
Woo, this is fun, man.
And if Jake had just said that, or if anyone had just said the pranks are fake, that would have debunked everything the Martinez twins were doing.
Do I think the Martinez twins were bullied? No. Do I think that they probably got annoyed by the pranks? Hell yeah, like we all did. But it wasn't ever a threatening situation to be in. And if it was to them, they could have said something. But they never did.
On the real though, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Alright, that was dope, right?
Yeah, that was dope.
You want to do it again tomorrow?
Shout out to Martinez twins.
Hey, hey, you got a plug.
And every time something happens, it's like we don't want to tell everyone that everything's fake. So we just keep taking these hits.
And why is Jake afraid of just saying that? Like, it's just fake.
Because are those kids gonna watch still if they believe that, or if they know that none of it's real? There is kids that watch and that understand that the clowns are not real. Obviously.
Are you still filming?
Yeah.
But at the same time, there are very young kids watching that shouldn't be seeing and believing that Jake and Erica are really getting kidnapped.
Right. Okay. We're in the movie theater. Which is kind of perfect. Because movies are fake.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things in Jake's life that people think is fake. His girlfriend Erica, she wasn't like cast to be his girlfriend?
No.
Will you be my girlfriend?
There's no, I don't know why people have this like thought that Team 10 is cast and you cast Erica to be Jake's girlfriend and that's her role, that's who she is.
And I use all these thumbnails where I say she's my girlfriend.
The stuff that we do is dramatized, but it's still real people.
You can only pretend so much on the vlogs. I think it's very obvious when Jerica like started getting super real.
Right now, from what I've seen, the new Team 10 members, it seems a little staged.
Ice around my neck like my neck hurt.
I mean, there's like this girl, Sunny, who's like a singer.
Let me catch my car fuel.
Justin Roberts, who is like from rich parents.
6 figures I was only for.
Everything seems very much like maybe these kids have paid to be there.
There's no way anyone would ever be signed to Team 10 because they bribed their way in. He would never accept someone if he thought they couldn't be something, because then he's a failure.
But he takes a percentage, right?
Yeah.
20%, that was like a big thing.
Members leeching 10, but I still collect their checks. Every single one of them, and that includes my ex.
And this is another thing, like, it's that money doesn't go in Jake's pocket, as everyone likes to believe. It's not, it goes in Team 10's pocket. It's a business. Just like when you go to Starbucks and you pay for a coffee, you're not paying that money to the person giving you the coffee, it's going to the business.
About Team 10, right? This video is about Team 10, right?
Team 10, yeah. So, Team 10 is the company.
Yeah.
And Jake is almost the face of it.
Yeah, he fulfills the role of CEO.
I'm the CEO, I'm the boss T-Rex.
Like the Team 10 house.
Yeah.
That house they rented before Jake was even really popular. Was somebody else paying for that?
Original Team 10 house was rented and paid for by, there was investors.
I'm Jake Paul, I'm a Snapchat creator and actor, and this is my home. Come check it out.
And help cover the costs of paying staff. What the talent were making, the 20%, would go to Team 10 to be able to pay for the staff, to be able to provide that.
So, the house. The biggest thing that happened was the address was leaked. Like, couldn't you Google Team 10 house and it would pop up?
Yeah. Another thing that people seem to believe is that Jake would leak his own address so people would come, like...
He apparently makes his address no secret. The neighbors hate me.
Why would you want around 50 to 70, 80 people outside your house at all times?
Hey, don't pound. Guys, don't pound. Knock. Knock is courteous.
Jake definitely doesn't want that. None of us in the house wanted that.
Teensy, the wall. Get a piece of it.
Because as soon as you go out that door, it's instant screaming from a bunch of people. And usually you have paparazzi filming, so whatever you do and say or don't do, like it's all recorded. There's no way of re-hiding the house. It wasn't our fault. There's no way we would want that. But the whole world thinks that we wanted to make a spectacle of ourselves, or Jake wanted to make a spectacle of himself.
They did though. You can't expect us not to come when you're giving it out.
No, I understand. I'm not an idiot. I'm not blind. Like, I see what everyone else sees in these videos. But what they don't see is what happens when the videos get turned off. Not many people get to see that side of Jake.
Do people around him not think he's nice?
People around him think he's nice. Yeah.
Saying that makes people think like...
that I must be some kind of dumbass.
Yeah.
I must be really manipulated or just really dumb. Yeah. Like, I must be so dumb to be even talking about him nicely right now. And giving him this redemption bullshit. But it isn't. This is all just the truth.
Surprise!
He has done a lot of dumb stuff, and I'm not saying there's an excuse for that. I'm just saying there's a lot of things that people don't know, and the reason behind things, and yeah.
So, you said Team 10 is real. When did it all start to fall apart? Like, what made everybody just started leaving, kind of one by one by one?
Different reasons for different people. Things for me started getting different when Greg Paul got involved.
Are you okay talking about this?
Yeah. He's just... I don't know how to explain that man. But he forced his way in, and somehow, I mean, in the beginning he tried to get involved, and I'd talk to Jake, and and he'd come out and it didn't work out, and he'd rub everyone up the wrong way and just no one wanted him there, and then he ended up disappearing again, going back to Ohio. And it was like a cycle, like Jake would get mad at him and be like, you're fucking everything up, just go away. And then, I don't know, he came out again to when we moved into the new house, and I don't know, just managed to get some kind of authority and start making decisions, and everything just started not being what it was supposed to be. And I didn't like it, I didn't like what was happening, so I left.
My personal opinion, I've never met Jake's dad.
Hey, how's it going? It's my dad. Hey, Dad.
But a parent working with their child, in any case, doesn't work. But it's probably hard to explain that to Jake, because it literally is his dad.
Yeah.
So it's like, hey man, I don't think this is a good idea. And then he's probably just like, well, fuck you, that's my dad.
Yeah, it was a constant fight between me and Greg. I just don't like that guy.
Okay. What happened to where you still haven't talked to Jake?
So, I knew when I told him that I wanted to leave, he would want me to leave right then. He does take things very personally. And I think maybe someone like me leaving would hit him more than it has before. I tried to do it in the best way possible, but I think he was just too upset or angry to even listen, and it was just very abrupt with me, and asked me to leave, so I left. And I've texted him a few times on certain things. I texted him just before the fight. That's the last time I texted him, just saying good luck, not that you need it. Still not heard anything back. And like
Why do you think he takes it so personally when somebody, I mean, has he like excommunicated himself from everybody that's left? What about like that chance and like, I guess.
So that's how Team 10 unfortunately works, and I don't know how that happened or why the mindset was like that, but if someone leaves Team 10, it's like, well, you don't like us then, because it wasn't like just fully a business, it was, we were a family that lived together and we all loved each other, and if you didn't want to be in that, then you mustn't like us. And you must have something against us, and something along those lines is the thought process. When people leave, it's like you're not supposed to talk to them, because they fucked you over. So that's why I'm thinking in my head, does Jake think I fucked him over by leaving? Because that must mean I don't like him, because I don't want to be there.
That's like a cult.
I was gonna say the same thing.
That's literally a cult.
Yeah.
Like, you're either with us or you're against us. When you leave, you disassociate. You don't talk to them. Like.
But he blocked me. He wouldn't talk to me.
Did he cut communication from Tessa and all the other people that left? I mean, that's like a cult. I, in my years on YouTube, have never seen a squad have a house, have rules. That was another thing, right? He had a bunch of rules or something. People were like, he had a lot of rules.
In the beginning, but they were encouraging people to be better.
It all feels very culty to me.
It makes me sad that, like, sometimes I think to myself, like, what if he didn't give a fuck about me, actually? Like, what if he just saw me as this person that was going to help him run his business, and that when I chose to leave that, it's like, oh, fuck it, I don't give a fuck. Like, I wasn't actually his friend or anything like that. I don't know anything at this point.
What you explained is sociopaths. What you said sounded like that.
I don't think he is one. He shows too much emotion in everything that he does to be a sociopath. And I feel like I can read people very well. I know when someone's been fake and I know when someone isn't. When things happen to him and he's hurt, I can see him trying to process what he's feeling. But he like has a hard time doing it. Like, he looks confused as to like, why do I feel upset right now? Or why this? To himself. And I can see it in his face when someone says something or something happens and he's thinking about the situation. I can see the confusion in his face of like, why, I'm just speculating, but why am I feeling like this right now? I don't think he's a sociopath. He has been fucked over by a lot of people, and I think a mixture between being fucked over by people, just suddenly having all this success and fame, and other factors, maybe like his dad, have... yeah.
The Alyssa situation with the ex-girlfriend. Jake's brother hooking up with Jake's ex-girlfriend.
It was not, that wasn't planned. That'd be sick if that was planned.
But it happened?
Yeah.
Like, what was his reaction to that?
Oh.
Not good.
No.
Not good.
No, he was... yeah.
How is this not more talked about? I'm so confused.
With anything on the internet, a couple weeks later, it's... no one gives a fuck anymore.
But like in real life.
In real life, yeah.
Like for Jake, that's like... I feel like I have to talk to him about that. Like, how did you deal with that emotionally, mentally?
Well, what does that say about his relationship with his brother?
Yeah, that's interesting too.
That was a whole thing too, like in his Draw My Life, like our parents made us really competitive, and like then he does that. Does he not know where the line is as far as like?
You should pierce your nipples, right?
Like yours?
No one knows that.
Oh, well, my whole vlog does now.
You know, one-upping him, or what's that about?
It got, for me, scary at one point because they kept one-upping each other, and I was like, when is this gonna stop? There was a moment there when I was like, what is going on right now? Like, I was worried that they were just gonna destroy each other.
Is there things I should not say, or things I should, you know?
I think if you're gonna do it, it should be just you and him. He shouldn't be influenced or be worried about anyone else listening, because then he's not gonna be 100% himself. Right. If it's just you two, and you're like how you always are, you're very open and honest, and you make people feel comfortable, he'll probably, hopefully, open up to you and just explain his feelings and how he's feeling. Like, being upset about something is not showing weakness. Mm-hmm. You're a human being, you should show that. Mm-hmm. I think that might be the mistake where people are calling him a sociopath, because he likes to hide his feelings because that might show weakness. I don't think he's not able to feel. But who knows? I'm so interested to watch this and just see what you do with him, like what you talk about and what he says, and if he'll talk to me again.
His girlfriend Erica.
Yeah.
Thoughts on that?
Erica's probably one of the best things that's, in my opinion, happened to Jake. Like, that's not one of those fake, there's not... I just like them together. I think they both have the same work ethic. They both work around the clock, and Erica will tell Jake how it is, which I don't think he's had that from girls before.
You're the boy, and I'm the girl. Carry me?
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow. If she's not happy with him, she'll let him know.
Yes, we are fighting. Multiple reasons.
Like, is she kind of like, dude, you fucked up? Or like, dude, shut up? Like, is she kind of like real with him in that way?
Yeah.
I got your shoe. Here.
Thank you. You're a dick.
So I think them being together is a good thing.
Seriously? She fucking locked me out. Damn.
Interesting.
Why can't you just love me?
Jake.
Love me.
They're gonna think we just like tried to make him sound great. I feel like that's all they're gonna think about.
I mean, because I definitely want to grill him on everything, but like, what's left? I have hope. Should I not have hope? Am I going into this too hopeful?
No, I have hope. So, I don't think it's a bad thing to have hope. I think we might just be disappointed.
A lot of people think, Shane, you should not be doing this because you shouldn't be giving Jake Paul a platform. This is wrong. I see why they think that. Do you think that? Do you think this might be a bad idea?
No, because I think it's important for people to understand the why to the what, if that makes sense. Like, yeah, Jake Paul did this and he did this. No one's ever stopped and said, oh, I wonder why he jumped on a news van. Or I wonder why this or that, or why he set the pool on fire. But this doesn't work if he's not honest. Like, if he sits there and he has a rehearsed thing and he's just doing this to try and save himself, then that's fucked up. If he's gonna do this and he's gonna be real, then I think people should give him the chance. For me, if I was in his position, I went to bed at night and I knew a lot of the world just thought I was an evil prick, I wouldn't be able to sleep.
So it's 4 a.m.
Literally.
And we are trying to come up with a plan, because if I bring Katie, the therapist, with us, and she's there the whole time, I don't think he's going to be like himself. I don't think he's going to be comfortable. I think he's going to be kind of fake. So I came up with a plan. The plan is I'm going to have Katie, the therapist, pretend to be our producer. And she's going to be with us the whole day, watching, listening, analyzing Jake's body language, seeing what he's like when the camera turns off. I'm gonna tell him afterward. And if he's not comfortable with it, I won't upload it.
So at the end of the day, right, they're gonna be aware of the fact that if the camera's rolling, anything that they let slip is gonna come back and bite them in the ass.
If there's a camera, you know, in his face and we're talking, he still won't be able to turn off, be a real person. Like, maybe he'll still, I don't know, just be too aware of it.
But I mean, I can, you know,
I'm not telling you to not, like that? I'm not telling you to secretly record him, but what I'm telling you is it was a camera error and it just kept recording. We didn't even know, Jake. Like, we look back at the footage and we're like, oh my god, we were recording the whole time? No, that's fucked up. We can't do that. No, that would actually be wrong. We literally can't do that.
Yeah.
Okay, tomorrow is going to be when I really interview him and he comes to my house and we like talk about everything. So I feel like today I need to just get to know him, hang out with him, see what his day is like, see what his house is like, see what he likes to do when he's not filming a video. I think I need to connect with him and maybe even have fun, which I know, I can't believe I'm saying that, but I want to have fun. I want to enjoy spending time with Jake Paul. So let's get to know Jake Paul. There is a school bus. Oh my god. Oh my god. Hey, hey, real quick. What is, that's me lifting up all my insecurities. Oh.
You have a school bus.
This is fucking crazy. It's crazy. What is the school? Sorry.
Oh, this is Jake.
This is Katie.
Nice to meet you.
Hi. Oh my god.
I'm surprised this is like the first time we're like finally meeting.
It's really weird.
After like years of knowing about each other, I feel like we have a lot of mutual friends too. What's up, bro?
What's up, man? I'm Andrew.
Jake.
Nice to meet you, dude.
Nice to meet you.
It feels normal. Oddly normal.
It does,
nervous,
right?
Now I feel fine.
I'm a little bit nervous.
It's not what you think. What's up, man? Chad? I mean, if you want. Just rad chaps.
Perfect.
Yeah.
My first prank.
What's up, man? Chad?
Hey, how you doing, Andrew?
Nice to meet you. What's up, man? Chad?
Nice to meet you.
Wait, okay. What's, okay, the school bus. So what is, do you own that? Where'd you buy that?
That's my dad's, good old Greg Paul. It's actually like an RV though.
I'm gonna give you a quick tour of the bus, give you an update.
It's like you can like
renovate it?
Oh, there's like a bathroom.
yeah, there's like a bed in there and like he like drives around and like he just sleeps in there. My dad's a weirdo.
I love that.
Yeah. You wanna go in?
Yeah. Let's go inside.
You guys want water or anything?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Okay.
Thank you.
Hi! Nice to meet you. How are you? Did you guys just get here? Are you nervous?
I'm nervous.
I was watching you guys walk
Yeah,
around.
I'm nervous.
And it's weird because you're normally the one doing this to people, like making them feel nervous.
Yeah, because I'm normally the one with the camera.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've never really done anything like...
I've never, like, I don't even, like, talk to other YouTubers. I feel like they all hate me.
Same.
No, they like you.
Wait, what the fuck?
Yeah, so it looks like the house is made out of Legos.
It's dope.
Yeah. All the little kids, if kids come here, I'm like, yo, the house is made out of Legos, and they freak out. But yeah, there's like hidden things in it.
Oh my god. That's so fun. Little scenarios.
There's like me on stage in there. Yeah. This is Thor.
Or smell.
Do you smell the other dogs?
He's the best.
Yeah.
Oh,
this could be a
oh my god.
It's literally perfect.
Wait, did you just say you're gonna turn this into a foam pit?
No, we were trying to like a rock wall or like a basketball court.
Wait, if you made this whole thing a foam pit and then you got a fucking like Tarzan swing type thing.
Yeah, from the
and then you
flew into
fly into it.
That's what I'm saying. But I don't know where to put the boxing ring.
No. We did do a zip line from there.
Wait, a zip line. Wait, why? I'm a bad influence.
We zip lined from up there.
Yeah.
Into like a. It was really.
You could get an inflatable bouncy castle in here.
We did that. We did that.
We got a bouncy house!
Wow. Yeah. Or have like those golf simulators.
Or we get like nice rugs and like a nice couch.
Look at her.
Things in there.
She keeps us level. She tries.
It's very hard.
I don't even know where to start. Should we start the merch store in your house? Did you see the sign up?
We need some Jake Paul posters.
Always.
You put them in your room.
You have Gucci slides? Sorry.
No, that's mine. That's my merch.
But it's like you know, a spin on Gucci slides.
Yeah, it is.
Or you're not allowed to say that legally?
No, I mean I could say it. Gucci sue me, bro. I'm out here.
Tweet.
Add to the list.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see that
there's people up.
A lot of members.
Yeah, it's
Some of which have fallen.
It's kind of awkward. Alright, someone get the spray paint.
Who's still here? He's here.
Justin Roberts is still here.
We stand. I have a lot of questions about Justin Roberts.
I know my mom's hot. I'm the coolest 15-year-old in the world.
How did you find Justin Roberts?
Drake follows me on Instagram.
What is Justin Roberts?
I have my own apartment in Miami and in LA.
We'll get to that.
Okay, we'll get to
Where are you gonna do?
Bro, I feel like you know everything.
Oh, the last 3 weeks, I have been doing the most intensive research, more than I've ever done my whole life.
Really?
Yeah, yes. A lot of things, we'll save most of it for tomorrow. But it's interesting. I feel like I know you in a weird way. And you don't know me, so it's weird, but I feel like I know you. So I'm excited to like...
Yeah, you sent like Erica a message. And it was like really accurate. Yeah.
So I just like DM'd her, which was weird. And then I instantly regretted it. I'm like, was that creepy?
No, I was like, I think it was super spot on and accurate. And like, yeah, she like definitely helped me a lot. And like, has helped me like grow up, I guess, in a weird way. Yeah. I don't talk about this stuff, so I'm kind of mad at it. I'm 21.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Who's this dog?
Wait. This is Athena. This is Anthony's dog. Okay. I don't know why.
Hi. Hi, Athena. Okay.
Yeah.
What's next?
Okay. We can go this way. This is basically the gym is here. Yeah, I was saying like these are some of my best friends from Ohio.
Oh, so you guys like grew up together?
Yeah.
So you knew him when he was how old? Like
I've knew Jake since like 5th grade.
5th grade, yeah.
We know Jake and he's like still the same Jake.
Yeah, it's the same Jake, just at a more advanced level now.
Alright, get back to, you know, swelling and swelling. Lifting and, you know. What are you doing? How often do you use that gym? Every day?
Every day, bro.
Oh my god, I didn't say it! This is like the perfect place to say it.
No.
Not ironic.
The only time you don't say it is with Jake. Chef Byron. Having a chef's like the dopest thing. Yeah.
Wait, can I have
Yes. I don't even know.
Oh, he's guarding you.
Thor, get out of the way.
Here, come here. This is huge. Wait, I want to join Team 10.
Hello? Oh my god, that's the ending. It's just you unironically.
That's the fucking video. Me joining Team 10 because I want the food. Wait, what's outside? What is that?
We can go this way, yeah. We're kind of on like a backwards move.
Oh shit.
Jesus.
Oh my god. Go-karts?
Yeah, they're broken. We broke them all though.
Yeah, I would have broken.
Look at the tracks on the ground. We literally like.
Do you do shit like that just not on camera too? Yeah, just like for fun?
That's all I do. Like, it's weird because like right now, I haven't taken like a vacation or like a break from work for like 4 years.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, right now like I'm on like a vacation.
For how long?
Like a month.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, just cause like I felt like I didn't deserve a vacation or like need a vacation, but like I feel like I'd earned it.
Yeah. No matter what somebody thinks about you or your videos or whatever, I think everybody can agree like how much work it is. Especially when you were doing it every day for like what, a year, 2 years or something?
Yeah, like 2 years, yeah.
Having to come up with the craziest shit every time.
Yeah. And you want to like try to top yourself and like make it like better, and like it's like a challenge, you know. And I think that's like where a lot of like the madness and like craziness comes in, and like because it just never ends, and you just want to keep on like growing and growing and growing.
I mean, that's how I feel with like even doing these types of videos where it's like I did, you know, TanaCon and then Jeffrey. What's the next thing? What's crazy?
You gotta do Logan Paul.
We'll get to that.
Cool.
Oh my god, we have the same duck. Sorry, I got excited.
You got the duck.
Whoa. Oh my god, wait, is that a water slide? What is that?
We want to build like a high dive.
You should build some kind of crazy ass water slide.
Yeah, like right here.
That goes like from the house
to
the pool. Why am I giving you the worst ideas?
No, that's a good idea.
I'm making it worse.
So this is part of the like off-road track.
ATV.
Yeah, it's like a golf cart on steroids. We can drive it if you want.
Wait, is it dangerous?
Right, hold on.
Yeah. But that's what I love to do. Like I love adrenaline and like going fast and like cars and like motors and stuff.
Are you ever scared of getting hurt?
Not really. I don't know. I just don't think about it.
Have you ever been hurt, like from one of these pranks or stunts or videos, or just in real life?
Not really, no. I've been doing like dumb shit since I was like a kid. Like that's what you do for fun in Ohio. Like there's nothing to do.
That's what I was thinking, like when I was going through all your old videos and I saw like videos of you and Logan like lighting shit on fire. Not that lighting, you know, a pool on fire or whatever in LA is a good idea, it's not. but I was like, oh, they did this when they were young. In Ohio it's different because you had open
you can have a
space.
bonfire in Ohio, like just giant fire.
Yeah, you can't
It's
even have
interesting
fireworks
that you say that. I didn't even realize that.
What?
We like we've always been playing with fire, like you're right.
Yeah, literally, yeah.
Yo, that was too much. You want this? Go. Oh.
Hey guys.
So, can you guys show me your room?
Yeah, let's go. Come on, Erica.
Let's go. That troll has got to go.
Oh wow. We got fans. Yes, we have fan mail. It's every day, bro.
Whoa. Was this a
No, we built this. I love fish. Yeah, it's super loud.
Is there air fixing
Okay, so a lot of people think you guys are fake. But I've heard from, you know, sources.
Your sources.
People that actually know you guys. It's actually real.
Yeah.
So, does that piss you off? And does it make you angry because you're like, I'm actually fucking real?
No, it doesn't piss me off because we know.
Yeah.
And that's all that like really matters. And it used to be like, it started as fake. I don't think it was ever fake, but we got married like the first day I joined YouTube.
So obviously people are gonna like have that.
You've been around since the very beginning, so you've seen like
everything.
All the drama, people leaving, people coming.
The first people there and the first people, like everyone who left, yeah.
What is your overall consensus of like, has there been any person leaving where you're like fuck off? Did it feel like that? Like they used you and then they left?
I'm not gonna say names, but the first group of people I would say probably got really greedy.
I'd say like everyone who's left is just like has used us.
Yeah. Because they think they can go on and do something better, and then it's like...
I don't think they realize that they like use us, but when these people come into Team 10, I give them everything, like managers, agents, house, food, money, places to live, like fame, cameramen, editors, brand deals, like everything. I give it to them, and then they forget where they came from after a couple months, and they're like, oh, I could do this on my own. Like, why is Team 10 taking a percentage of my earnings? Like, I want to do something else.
Because they don't want to really work as hard as you need to stay there.
Right. What is Team 10 now? Because I was trying to catch up and I was so confused. It was like
I don't think you're the only one.
And there's like 2 rapper children.
Yeah, it's confusing. Like I don't even know what it is.
Like, cause you guys did a tour, right, with the new squad?
Yeah. Yeah.
Members leave Team 10, but I'll still collect their checks. Every single one of them, and that includes my ex.
It's like super confusing.
It is super confusing.
But
wait, what's Jake called 2?
I had a second account, but I gave it to my friend because when Chance left Team 10, he like stole their account. Because Chance and Anthony had an account together, and like Chance left Team 10 and like switched the passwords and like stole the account. And so Anthony was like left without like anything, and so I just gave him my second account. It has like a couple million subscribers.
Wait, what the fuck? Do people know that?
That he stole the account?
Not really, no.
No, I don't know.
We don't really talk about that kind of stuff.
If you just like try to argue, like it's just gonna make you, you're just gonna go back and forth, and no one's gonna believe you or like your side of the story. But
yeah, interesting. Wow, which one of you has OCD? What's going on?
Both of us.
Yeah, what do you spend your money on? Is it, do you like clothes and shoes? Like what's like what do you want to blow it on? Where do you save it?
Honestly, I save a lot of it, but I like cars.
How many cars do you have?
I have like 10 probably. Yeah.
And a school bus.
Yeah, and
that's right. Yeah. But I don't know. I like to save stuff, money too, just because like you never know what's gonna happen. Oh. Yeah, studio vibes. So it's like a movie theater / music studio.
So this is where you do all the songs.
Yes. Just like here and there. Like I call it like YouTube music. Yeah. But like, are we sitting down now?
I was really curious about the music because I feel like I always took it as a joke. Like kind of self-aware and kind of a parody and kind of like, you know, like with the driving around the expensive cars and throwing money and like, I'm the best, PewDiePie's next. Like in my head, I was like, oh, it's like funny.
That ain't on your Twitter. That ain't on your Insta.
It's like, yeah, a little bit. It was like, I didn't know anybody. Like I was just having fun when we were making the songs. I think people like misjudge like my personality. It was like, how can I do my best attempt at like being like a rapper and like making a rap song? And people took it as like, wow, this like stupid kid's like actually trying to rap. Literally, we were just in the studio and like it was a group of friends and we were just like having so much fun and like.
The USA.
Ready? It was like, how can we like brag and like flex and like just be idiots and talk shit like rappers do.
Yeah.
That's all I could do.
Jake is working so hard, sweating like crazy.
Could you be, Vic, do you care if she sits on it?
I didn't even do that.
So it's not like you as a person. Like as a person you're not, or are you like cocky, bragging?
I definitely was like growing up, but I don't think I am anymore, at least.
Is that something that you feel like the last 2 years of controversies and all that stuff, did that kind of make you remember that like, oh, everything could go away if I fuck up, and like I should be more humble. I should like not do the craziest shit ever.
Yeah, no, 100%. Like, you learn from your mistakes, and I think, like, looking back, there was definitely moments where I was, like, cocky and, like, but to me, it was always, like, in a fun and playful way, and I think growing up, like, I was always, like, super competitive and, like, played sports. How it is, like, where I'm from, it's like, oh, like, I'm the best running back, I'm the best linebacker, like, I'm the fastest, and, like, I'm gonna prove it to everybody, and, like, whatever we did, we wanted to be the best at. That's, like, the vibe of like where I'm from, and I think that carried over a little bit, yeah, into like YouTube and like becoming successful. But before, I just didn't give a shit. Like, I just did whatever. It wasn't even I did whatever I wanted. Like, I just like was moving a million miles per hour, and now it's just like finding the balance, because you have to learn that there's like consequences for certain shit that you do, especially like when millions of people are watching.
Yeah.
I think it's hey Gio.
Sorry.
We just came to see the
asking about like what motivates them.
Oh yeah, that's good.
And then we can also go back to like at the beginning when you guys were outside, you were talking about how you enjoy going fast and like get excited about this stuff, and so maybe we can weave those together to like, because that's competitive.
Right. What motivates you? What's like your main driving thing? Like, why do you do this?
Honestly, to me, like, I love to just create and like build and like watch things grow. Whether it's like creating a video and like watching it back. Even since I was like 12 years old and making videos, like I was like my own biggest fan. Like, I'd love to like watch them back and like see how I could have done it better.
Alright, now say professor. Just to...
Professor.
No. Say it.
Or like post it and like see what people think about it, and then like make an even better video. And so like I always just like to challenge myself and see how hard I can push myself. And I'm from a small town. Like, I lived in like a bubble, and like everyone said like grow up, go to college, get married, get a job. Like, it was the same shit. And so I like broke out of that mold, and everyone said like, hey Jake, you're gonna fail, you're not gonna do anything. And so like it almost motivates me to like prove them wrong at the same time. But also, like, throughout this process, I realized that like I want to show other kids from like small towns that they can become as big as you want, like if you work for it and like truly are passionate about what you're doing. And I also like to like just make people around me proud. Like, I like to make my parents proud, and so like I'm always thinking about them like when I'm working. So yeah, it's kind of like a combination of a lot of things like that motivate me.
Were your parents like supportive in the beginning of you doing YouTube, coming out here?
Yeah, they were super supportive. They didn't really like understand it. I mean, I don't even think I understood what I was getting myself into, just because like my mom's a nurse and my dad is like a realtor, and so it's kind of scary. But they knew like we would just come out here and like work hard and make the best of it.
Your mom still lives in Ohio?
Yeah.
And then your dad is here?
Yeah, right? My dad's like back and forth.
Oh, okay.
They're divorced, yeah. My mom's remarried.
Interesting.
So I'd go like a week with my mom and then like a week with my dad growing up since I was
How
like
long,
8.
when did they get, and we can cut this out if it's too personal, but when did they get divorced?
I think I was like 8.
Oh, that's me too long.
Yeah.
That's interesting. So your dad lived separate from your mom, and you'd have to go back and forth, like how much? Like
I'd go a week with my mom and then a week with my dad.
Whoa.
And just back and forth.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
You have 2 rooms?
Yeah.
So like you had all like different things? Did you kind of travel like with a suitcase? Like what?
Yeah, I actually did have, like I'd have to like pack up my clothes like every week to go to the other house. It was like 2 different worlds too. Like my mom's house, I could like go hang out with friends and like do whatever I want, and then I go to my dad's house and just like work. Like
what do you mean? Like work on like,
he would like buy houses, and then like shitty houses, and then me, my brother, and him would like go like every night and like just work for hours like fixing them.
This is so weird.
And then he would like sell it for more money.
This is weird.
What, you did that too?
Yeah. I knew I had so many things in common with you. I just had this weird like gut feeling. It's so weird.
That's weird.
Because yeah, my parents divorced when I was 8. My dad was a contractor.
Wow.
I would on the weekends have to help him with the houses. I fucking hated it, but like I had to do it.
Yeah.
Like, he was, I mean, I don't know your dad or know much about your dad. My dad was like pretty intense, and it like, yeah, it kind of forced me to be creative and like put all my energy in that and all my like pain and all my shit into like something creative, which is literally,
it's like very crazy. Similar. That's weird.
Whoa, that's crazy. Whoa. All right. Well, I'll save more of this intense shit for later. But what should? Okay, this has been good. Got deep. What should we do? Like, what's something fun that you do? Like, this is your vacation. Like, what's like something you want to do on a day off?
We were talking about going to Walmart and getting tents and like making like a campground in the backyard. Or we can go we can go fast.
What does that mean?
I have a Lamborghini. Yeah.
Oh, like real fast, not just like ATVs.
We can go on ATVs. Anything.
Okay. Wait. Okay. I don't know.
Like if you weren't here right now, I'd probably be like on dirt bikes and shit.
Okay.
Should we do that?
Yeah. I mean, let's see you do it.
No, you haven't seen them.
What is he gonna do? Is he gonna do a flip? Okay, where's the Team 10 helmet? Hi.
What's up, yo?
So this is like the steroid golfer.
Okay.
I'm forcing you to do it.
Okay. Wait, so what is this do?
It's like a dune buggy. This is a fire extinguisher in case you catch on fire. You have to get in the passenger seat.
Yeah, get in the front seat.
Yeah.
Wait, why? What are you gonna do?
You trust me?
Do you trust me?
I trust you, Shane.
We trust each other.
That's why I'm not like I have to trust you, you know? Because you're just filming everything. Everything.
Alright.
Okay. Yeah, it's wet. Your feet will get wet. You guys are in for a treat.
Are you ready?
Why? What are we doing?
What?
Wait, what are we doing? Wait, what are we doing?
We're going on the course.
What? We have an off-roading course here.
What does that mean?
Send it.
What's going on? Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Wait, where are we going? Where the fuck are we going, Jake? Oh my god! Oh my fucking god! I don't want to be in seat 2. Oh my god! 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 Dear Jesus! Jake, what are we on?
Welcome to Ohio! Don't worry, I'm a good driver.
He actually is. Goggles for that. You did it!
That's what I do for fun.
No, for fun, I want travel team.
Welcome back, riders.
I'm not gonna lie.
It was fun, right?
I liked it. And I don't like shit like this.
It was fun.
But I did have fun. You better answer every question. I earned it. So you do that a lot?
Yeah, I took my Jeep actually on that same course.
Really?
It's really fun.
You don't get scared of that stuff?
Mm-mm. No. You can't be scared of anything if you live here.
That's a soundbite. Holy shit.
Hey. What are you gonna do?
So, off camera, we were just having a conversation. There's some stuff that, like, I don't know if we can put in this, right? I need to figure it out. Because some of the things that Jake is saying to me, it makes everything make sense.
It kind of does.
Everything makes sense. And now I feel like if I can't say it, then people are gonna be like, with ex-girlfriends and with drama with friends, like, it all makes sense. Maybe he will talk about it on camera, but then is that gonna ruin his life? Because it's like dark shit.
Yeah. I don't know what you do in this situation.
What does that have to do?
I didn't really get it. I got a little bit of it, but this is
next level.
This is a mess.
Alright, I'm gonna go pee. Good luck.
Peace.
So are you not filming anything for your channel for like a month?
I'm filming like random things, yeah, and we're going on vacation, so I'm gonna film that, and then just like fight content, reacting to the fights and stuff like that. Yeah.
What's going on with that? So you won.
No one expected that here.
How real was like all the beef and stuff?
You're a pussy. I'm saying it to your face now. You're a pussy. Cool.
100% real.
That's so crazy because I thought it was like, wrestling, like, you know how like they all fight and they all whatever. You guys make videos about each other. But it seemed very actually real. But some of the press conference stuff seemed a little like staged.
It was like showboaty, yeah. Hey, boo if Deji's a But the drama was very real. Like Deji was like saying stuff about Erica and like my parents, and like he was just taking it like really deep.
I know when you were with Alyssa, you weren't satisfying her, bro. And I know back to this. I know back to this.
It was very real. Like I wanted to kill him. I hope like he learned a lesson on talking shit. Yeah.
Well, all right. What's your day now? Like, what do you do now?
I'd probably just like chill now. Maybe go get food.
I want to make summer in the backyard.
We should go to Walmart and get tents.
That sounds fun.
But
wait, I want to go to Walmart with Jake Paul.
Let's go. Hey, you guys all want to go to Walmart?
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. I've never taken a break, so like I don't know what to do. So we go to Walmart.
Let's fucking go to Walmart.
Let's go.
It's summer, September. You can do whatever you want to do.
Who's going? Shane, do you edit all your videos?
Yeah, me and Andrew kind of split it up.
The one with Jeffrey was crazy.
I love that.
I feel so young and cool. Hey guys, Mom Squad.
I literally feel like we just got out of school and we're going shopping for snacks.
Yeah, and I look like your fucking teacher.
Tents, sleeping bags, stuff to make a fire, volleyball court stuff, and a trampoline.
And a soccer net.
And snacks. And a volleyball ball and a soccer ball.
Sorry, there's no Oreo flavors. Okay, I'll do it later. Should eat Oreos? I don't know. Are they actually gonna buy a trampoline? All right, fine. I'll get a thigh toner.
This looks legit, yeah.
That's a yurt.
Wait, isn't that your thing? Yurt. I just might have made that.
Oh wait, no, yeet.
Oh.
That one right there, Sleeps 8. The one in your hand.
Sweating a little bit.
Yeah. So you guys are actually gonna camp? Or like, what's happening?
So we're gonna build a tent in our backyard and have like a slumber party.
So much work.
With like a fire, and, like marshmallows.
All right, I'm in.
You want to do it?
It's not recording the building. It's got that sleep.
Do you think the battery's dead? Or
No, I know the battery's not dead. That's the weird part.
And the battery is dead.
There's something up with that.
But it doesn't.
We could just jump it. We can come jump it. Hopefully a fan comes up and ask for a picture of it. Yo, you got jumper cables?
Pretend.
Oh, wait.
Can take a picture with you?
Yeah.
Do you have jumper cables?
No, we done.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
Okay, no selfie.
Yeah, no selfie then.
We can go get to Walmart and get one.
Oh yeah, we could just buy it at Walmart.
Wait.
That would be awesome if you could.
Yeah, no problem.
Alright, thank you, sir.
At Walmart? Good morning, jumper kittens. What are your thoughts?
He's so nice. He really genuinely cares about people.
I think so too, right? We were talking about, you know, YouTube and how his ads are not good.
Yeah.
And a lot of people think he is Logan, associate him with Logan.
You're with Logan?
Oh yeah, Logan Paul.
Thanks.
So, it's interesting. I don't know.
Where did the dad go? I don't even think I got him on camera.
The third floor. There's a floor above where Jake's room was, where we haven't been.
And that's where his dad lives. His dad was there, but he didn't.
He was there for like a split second. I don't even know if I got him on camera.
Like, listen, he's done a lot of crazy shit. Obviously, I'm not negating that. So far, like,
yeah,
I don't feel weird. I don't feel unsafe.
And just like he wasn't crazy with you in the car when you guys like drove off on that crazy ATV.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like fun, but it
no,
was like safe.
he was safe.
So, I don't know. And they have a dog they take care of, and that's a sweet dog.
And I like her.
I like her a lot.
Like, she's cool.
She's super nice. And just like, he cares for her, and like the way he interacts, it's really sweet. So yeah, I mean.
Like, I was even watching them when they kind of went off alone in Walmart. They didn't know there was anybody around. He was still like holding her hand and like touching her face and like, you know, I don't know. It just didn't feel like fake.
Yeah, when she was like, I'm so hungry. Oh my God, I'm so hungry. He's like, I told the guy I'll have food when we get home. Like, he's like, calm, you know, just caring, like a boyfriend should be. And like, she wanted to make summer like happen tonight, so that's why they're getting all this stuff.
Yeah. They were gonna do this not even for the video.
Yeah, just in general. So it's kind of sweet. I think both very sweet.
I've definitely been around YouTubers who it's not like this.
No, not
it's very uncomfortable the whole time, and you're always on edge.
And I don't get that at all. I'm super comfortable.
Yeah.
Like they're so welcoming and warm and whatever.
But they definitely are way too active.
It's way too active.
And I need
also,
my
I'm
couch.
just too old. Okay. But yeah.
She goes to school. She's like, my dad helped Jake Paul start his company. And people are like, you're a fucking liar. Katie.
The other battery's dead.
There's more fans over there. Every fan plugs their confidence.
Yeah, I'm a mechanic now.
YouTube's, you know.
YouTube's not paying well. Sorry.
Listen, worst case scenario, there's an Olive Garden. There is.
Yo, I'm so down to go to Olive Garden. Alright, ready?
How do I put on the brake?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, foot's on the brake.
Alright.
Ready?
Alright,
See your
go.
Jesus. Got it. Yeah! Thank you so much.
You did this, Katie.
Amazing.
You did this.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, bro.
So we're not going to Olive Garden now.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Guys, we made it. Yay!
Y'all can't handle this. Y'all don't know what's going to happen. Maybe Team 10, Los Angeles, Cali boy. It's every day, bro, with the Disney Channel flow. 5 mil on YouTube in 6 months, never done before. Past all the competition, man. PewDiePie is next, man. I'm popping all these checks. Got the brand new Rolex, and then met the Lambo too. And they're coming with. Used to call you mom, but now I call you wifey. There's no death row, but I'm doing it for lifey. Get over here, get your mind right. Diamond ring, say my name to my last one. Quavo, you should take your mask off, we should take our pants off. Something just feels right when we're together. I think I wanna stay here with you forever and ever.
Shane, do you have a song?
6 figures, wait, 6 figures, wait.
Oh my God!
6 figures I was only for.
Come on, give it to me! 6 figures!
Like E.T.
Never
Selling out arenas just to see me. 6 figures I was only for.
was iced out when I was 4. Blew it all, then I got some more.
Do you need to get a thumbnail in front of the house or something?
This guy.
Yeah. You think it's good?
Yeah.
I tried to look like a douche.
So we were just talking and stuff, and then the assault came up.
Yeah.
So, do you guys believe her?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I believe something happened for sure.
Something definitely happened.
We
like
don't know
what
what
happened, like I don't know if I can trust her really. But the reason why everyone thought that we like set it up is because Megan's friend came out. I don't know if you've seen this.
Oh, I forgot about this.
Like he came home and was like, yeah, like he assaulted her. And then like as all of it like went crazy online, he got super scared and said like fuck you to us and like lied about the whole situation on a phone.
I mean, you were there. Do you think it actually happened?
I do not think that was a possibility.
Yeah, and like on a phone interview, just so that he could like clear his name.
Meg, do you feel betrayed by Max? Do you feel like he stabs you in the back by talking to Banks and being on his video?
Where is she?
I don't really know. Do you know anything about her now?
But if you saw her every day, was like the bruise still there for like a while?
Yeah, like people thought like she like was wearing makeup and shit.
Yeah, no, there's definitely a bruise there.
The main issue is you instantly made a video about it, used it as a thumbnail. That questions it, like, oh, you put it in the middle of a
Yeah,
blog,
it seems like
you know?
thirsty.
Obviously, we should have looked more into it, looking back now.
I did that, and then like the next day, Alyssa's like makes a video on his channel like saying that like I assaulted her and shit. Like
she said she assaulted.
Yeah.
He dragged me down the stairs.
She also said that he assaulted me.
And you've physically abused Erica Costell.
Has Jake ever laid a finger on you?
Never.
And Erica, the fact that he has spit in your face and he's assaulted you too, and you can sit there and support him acting like this almighty, awesome person, you're weak and you're a piece of shit.
What did she say?
She like made it up. She basically said that I like, threw her down the stairs and like spit on her all the time and like all that shit. That was like their rebuttal. They were like, oh, Jake said this about FaZe, like we're gonna say that Jake threw Alyssa down the stairs.
Because Jake, you're abusive. And you physically abused Alyssa.
And I lost like 300,000 subscribers because of that.
And then what ended up happening? Did it just go away?
It kind of just like...
I mean, people still talk about it till this day.
Yeah.
But their defense was, oh, let's turn this on Jake. And like, of course, you know, like they just pull it out of thin air. Like, people are mad at us, like, let's make something up about Jake. And like, everyone believed it because...
Why not?
Yeah, absolutely. Yo, we should fight for the next fight.
Here's the thing.
Shane, just think about the views.
You know what? Just go fight PewDiePie.
Bro, I'm down PewDiePie, bro.
Do you know him? Have you ever met him?
No, I haven't.
Does he actually hate you? Or do you actually hate him?
Who the fuck is Jake Paul?
Or
no.
You guys just
I think we like each other.
Really?
I could be wrong though. I mean, I like him. I think he's funny.
Is there any YouTuber that you actually don't like? Or like that's been mean to you?
That's been mean to me? No, not like blatantly mean. There's definitely a vibe though. Like, I went to this YouTube creator summit thing and like, I literally just like sat by myself the whole time. Like no one was like, hey man, like your videos or like anything like that, you know? And I knew like, I feel like I'm complaining.
It's okay. No, I think, listen, like, I think it's okay because, like, people don't see that from you. You're kind of always, like, pretending like you're fine. So I think it's interesting. Because I do wonder that, like, if you're so hated by kind of, like, a lot of YouTubers and people who've never met you and then you go to something like that.
You would think, like I'm one of the biggest YouTubers, right? So you would think, like, someone would come up and be like, hey, man, like, nice to meet you, or, like, there was just, like, wasn't that... I don't know. I was kind of like the elephant in the room, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Well, as somebody who's been hated for a long time, you know, it's taken me years. People now are nice to me, but back then, same thing, in a different way.
But yeah, it's kind of crazy. It's like very clicky. There's a lot of clicks in YouTube, I feel like.
Yeah. But, you know. Fuck, not everybody has this.
That's why I just stay here with Thor. Isn't that right, buddy?
Is it okay if I talk to you alone?
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Yeah, you guys should talk.
I'm not trying to like, you know, like steal a girl or anything, bro.
Steal my girl.
Oh, I thought you first.
Really?
I just knew.
You can read people.
So what do you think about this whole thing? About me doing this, about me kind of investigating?
Yeah, I think it's really good because nobody really knows Jake at all. I feel like I'm the only person actually who like knows like everything about him, and nobody online ever gets to see that.
There's a lot of things that like me and him have been talking about when the camera turns off.
Yeah.
I don't want to fuck up like any of his family relationships. I don't want to piss off anybody in his family. I don't want to cause a big controversy or a big fucking drama with the ex-girlfriends and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But I also feel like a lot of it
is that stuff. Yeah. He's at a point now where he's been fucked over so many times by friends, family. You know some of the stuff off camera. Like that's hard to let go of. Could you picture being around someone after something like that happened to you? Never, right? Like never. So if he's able to, you know, let out the window and like find things that make him happy, I think it should be exposed and talked about.
Let's turn the camera off for a second. Okay. I'm gonna be honest. We've been talking alone for a while.
Yeah.
But my main thing that I wanted to tell you was, from what I've seen today, but also just in a lot of research and from what I've heard from Nick and like other people that I trust, you are kind of like the only. This sounds so bad to say. But the only hope that Jake has of a normal life.
And it's really funny because you're not the first person that says anything like that, honestly. So that's really crazy that you can just like come in with a little bit of research and see that.
The only reason he's taking a break right now is because of you. Like you told him, right?
Yeah, so like he was training literally all summer for 3 months, and Jake literally does not stop. Like he doesn't, which is great. Like you should work very hard, but he doesn't know how to like be normal. Like that's the best way I can put it. He doesn't know how to wake up and like not be in charge or like feel like he has to do a million things. The fight was like a lot mentally and physically on him, but like I also didn't do anything this summer because we were just training for the fight, and I was just like helping him do that. So I was like, September is summer and you're not gonna vlog for at least 2 weeks. Like no vlogging, like we're gonna go do something, we're gonna leave, we're gonna go be normal, and you're gonna have fun and it's gonna be great. And to my surprise, he was like, I think he's finally ready to like have that.
It's so hard because like I don't know why I have this weird urge to like get involved in this, but I just do.
You're like a godfather.
I just like, honestly, once again, I just met his dad. Yeah. And I'm not trying to throw his dad under the bus. I don't know any of it.
Yeah.
What I will say is working with family is bad.
Trust me right now.
It's bad. It doesn't work. Even if you love the person and they love you, it doesn't work.
It doesn't matter. I agree. Working and being family are meant to be separate.
You can go have fun with Jake. Hi. Go have fun with Jake. Use shop. We'll see you, Mom.
The dad, Greg,
yeah,
is living here?
Yeah. Yeah, he's been living here for a couple months now. I know that Greg means very well and he does help with a lot, but him living here has put a lot of stress on Jake. Whether anyone's gonna come out and admit that or not, like I know that for a fact. There's just like a certain energy, like I'm sure that you kind of have seen it. It's just the energy shifts when he walks in the room, and like Jake kind of, you kind of saw. It's not a good situation, and I think everybody in the house knows that. I know everyone in the house knows that because everyone tells me everything. It's not good to have him living here with Jake. Great, like love him, he's, whatever, but living in this house, not good for anybody.
I think living in this house isn't good for you, Jake, or literally living in this big mansion. In my dream world, I see you and Jake in a normal sized house.
It's so funny that you say that.
Dog running around, and like an actual life. Just like, this isn't a normal life.
Yeah, no, it's not.
It's like
yeah, because like
there's a chef, there's like fucking so many people.
It's sort of like having your own camp, like with people. It's like everyone's here for a reason, and then there's Jake and I.
And then when everybody goes home, there's still a dad.
I mean, everyone that you see here lives here. Yeah. Everyone that you see here that you've been seeing like operate all day, they all live here. Gio, the assistant, lives here. Adon, the trainer, lives here. Chad, Anthony, everybody that you saw this morning, they all live here. He doesn't do well with being alone. So I feel like that's why all of his friends, you know, live here. He, no matter what, like even if they're not doing what they're supposed to be, he keeps them around because he appreciates people who he can trust to be around him all the time.
I think it's time to like
switch it up.
He needs to move out. Like this needs to, I think Team 10 and all this needs to kind of go away.
I think it's the pressure of everybody relying on him like that. When you wake up every morning and everyone's relying on you to live, like whether you realize it or not, that's a lot of energy being taken from you, and like that's a lot of pressure on somebody.
It's not good. And this is something I don't even know if I should say fuck it. I also think he needs to be his own person for a while, because right now it's like the brother, the dad, the family, and I get it. Like
I agree, and Jake and Logan are so fucking different. Like I can't even begin to explain like the different qualities that they have. I think I agree.
Guys, we're supposed to be opening gifts.
Line up all four.
No, you do it.
Go boom. I've already done it.
No, you do it.
Nothing. That's the way to do it.
I really do, because I think that Jake a lot of the time is pushed to the side a little bit, especially like they kind of are sharing management right now, and it's very clear to me at least that like it's Logan and then Jake, and there's only so long before you start to feel like resentment, because half the time it's Jake's ideas and like Jake's creative, and it's like he doesn't even get the full credit for it.
Yeah.
So I agree with that, like being his girlfriend, but that's something he's gonna have to figure out.
Do you think I should talk to him about it?
I think that'd be great.
Because I mean, worst case scenario, right? He just hates me, is mad at me,
And
says
you would
fuck
never.
you, and then I just say, I mean, all right, I tried. You know, best case scenario is he listens to me, because for some reason we have a trust with each other.
You do. You guys are like very similar in a weird way. It's
I
like
know,
creepy.
It's weird.
Oh my god! I know. Yo, we're literally the same person.
Yeah, it's like really creepy. I'm like, whoa. But
the way
I think
he gets quiet in certain situations and like kind of shuts down and kind of like whatever is literally, it was like looking in a mirror.
Yeah. And I think he appreciates honest people, and like you have no reason to come in here and like have done all this research on him. Like you're gaining nothing by telling him the truth or not telling him the truth.
Yeah.
I need more people to know people in his life. He doesn't have a lot of, he's all yes men here, like mostly.
All right, well I guess we'll go join them back for the, oh my god, the tent is made,
built.
there's a soccer field.
The yurt is built.
What the hell? Oh, I love that we didn't have to do anything. Oh, that's great. So we just talked to Erica for like 2 hours.
Yeah.
I think Jake trusts her, and she might be one of the only people that like is honest with him about everything. There's a lot of stuff I don't even know how to start talking about with him. This is, we gotta go. All right, well, I'll be back for the ring.
Alright.
Yeah, at some point.
Good, yeah.
You know, I gotta work out a little bit.
For sure. We're gonna fight. Yeah.
Okay, so tomorrow. So I want to talk. We've kind of had a lot of like serious talks throughout the day, but I want to have like one solid serious talk tomorrow night at my house.
Okay.
So no squad, no ATVs, managers, no nothing, no chef.
No chef.
We're gonna
no Thor. Can't bring
But yeah, I just want to like talk about everything. I want to hit every single thing that people want to know about. I also have a lot of I want to know about. I'm a little nervous, but I feel like
I'm nervous though. Like, I mean, I'm nervous. I was nervous today, but like I feel a lot better. But like, don't know. I'm just kind of nervous in general. Like, just 'cause I've never like talked about any of that stuff, but
I think we just do it, we're honest, we talk, and like not worry about what people think. Because I know there's been a lot of moments today where you've been like off camera, you're like, well, I can't really say that because people are gonna think I'm trying to get pity, or oh, people are gonna think I'm trying to get this or that. Like, I think we just have to drop all that. Because like,
yeah,
fuck, if it's the truth, it's the truth. And then what happens, happens.
Yeah.
Don't be nervous, because I'm not nervous. It'll be good.
I'm nervous, bro.
Hey, what did I say to you when we were outside the ATV and I almost died?
You said you trusted me.
I trust you. All right, I'm gonna go. What do I do? What? So here's the problem. Okay. I think I wanted to get inside of the mind of Jake Paul. Okay, I did that today. And yeah, a lot of it happened off camera because I don't know if it's, number one, my place to even like talk about that stuff with him on camera, like on fucking YouTube. Like it's but I also don't want people watching to be like, well, fucking you didn't tell us.
Yeah, you never asked anything. I'm like, yeah.
So tomorrow I'm, meeting with him and Erica's coming, and I think our goal is to let Jake know that he needs to like start his own life and like
put some space between him and people.
Yeah, just like, how do you feel about him?
He was very different than I thought. Like, based on all the videos we've watched and all the content I've been reading about sociopaths, just to better understand it, to make sure that I'm not missing something and not neglecting the symptoms or anything like that. And there was none of that.
I know.
And like, he really gives to people. Like, he bought a huge home and has everybody living in it essentially for free. Yeah. Like, that's it. Like you said, like, I think he's just a simple guy and he just wants people around him who he loves, and he'll spend whatever he has to spend to make that happen. And so I actually really liked him, and I liked Erica a lot.
I know, I liked her.
I don't know, I was like, we could be friends, I could really talk to you, you're very nice.
I know.
And I'm basing it on what she said about him because she knows him best, right? Okay. She said that she doesn't think anything's off limits. You know, where she was like, I think it's okay to ask. And so the way that I would approach it, but I would say I noticed like you shutting down, and it reminded me very much of like my own experience. No?
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm sad. Oh, I don't know, I'm like, this is literally what the fuck. I understand that he doesn't want to lose his family. I 100% understand.
Of course.
He was very honest about that and said like, listen, me and my family have had our issues and stuff, but like I don't want to lose my family. Because if everything goes away, like you said, I don't think we were filming, but you said, if all of this goes away, the money, the views, all this stuff, like at least I have my brother and my dad, and my mom and stuff. And I was just like, what is this serious? What am I doing? What am I doing? I can't do that.
Well, and we're not, the thing is, you're not forcing anybody to do anything they don't want to do. But just to turn the tables, if you feel like this is so personal to you, would you have wished someone would have told you or said something to you earlier? Or how could someone have gone about it to make it so that you could have heard that? I think there's your answer. Because it is personal, and you, of any, like more than anybody else would understand how he feels.
Yeah. My goal, maybe, should be to meet with him and give him a chance to be honest about everything that's happened, and all the drama and the controversies. Let him speak his truth, and if people don't want to believe it, that's fine. And he wants to, even though he's like really scared.
Shane Dawson is coming over tomorrow. I'm just gonna tell my side of like my life and what my past has done to me, and oh my god, this just got so weird. Fuck, man, I really don't want to talk about this stuff.
Hello. Are you filming? Yeah. Okay. Say hi to Andrew.
Hey, man.
What's up, Andrew?
What's up, man?
Okay, Keem. How do you deal with all this drama and not go crazy yourself?
Confirmed! That's it! It's finished! Judge and jury, boom!
I don't know, for some reason, like I love it, like I live for it, right?
Alyssa Violet is telling her story to Shane. I cannot wait.
I don't know what that says about me, but I'm obsessed with it.
I mean, listen, Logan and Jake came into YouTube, drama, like all of that, right? Then it went too far, you know?
Right. I think the biggest problem, Shane, is that most YouTubers are attention seekers. Like it just, we want attention, we thrive off of it. And the best way to get attention and to especially get new people to pay attention is drama, right?
Only 2 ways to make it to the top.
Both of them had this motivation to be involved in drama, so everybody was talking about them.
Basically anything I do now gets picked up in the press, and like that's why the Kardashians are so successful, because of all the drama.
Right. And it worked. Some of the stuff I heard about yesterday off camera, everybody has blackmail. Everybody has secret recordings and secret footage and secret documents and all these things, and they all kind of hold it over each other's heads and to shut everybody up. And it's on all sides, right?
No, that's 100% true. I know that to be 100% true.
Yeah.
Because, Shane, people come to me and they want me to expose secret recordings and stuff of other people. And I have to say to them, I'm like, dude, I'm not an exposed channel.
I think the Alyssa and Logan thing fucked Jake up on a level I don't think he knew he could be fucked up on.
I agree. 100%.
I think his whole life was don't show emotions, don't show emotions. I think that got to him. It would get to anybody.
That's the main focal point of everything surrounding, like, Jake Paul and Logan is the thing with Alyssa Violet. That's what sparked this whole goddamn thing, really.
Yeah, I mean, maybe this will be the fucking finale. Maybe this is the moment where we fucking talk about everything and then say, and it's fucking over, moving on, everything's in the past, and just,
I feel like, based on everything I know, I feel like, Jake was insecure, he's a control freak, he had 100% control over Alyssa, but then when she left and did that with Logan, he lost all control and he was just completely destroyed.
Yeah, I think he's at a point where he's just, I don't know, I think he needs this. Because the person I saw yesterday, there was no fake character, there was no nothing, it was just like, whoa,
I mean, you would think that you can only hold it together and be the character for so long. A breaking point is definitely in the work, I would think.
Alright, well, wish me luck. This is,
the biggest house you've ever seen? Me too.
Hi! Oh my god! How are you? Nice to meet you. This is Andrew.
Hey, how you doing?
Big fan.
Oh, thanks. Same.
Oh my god. Hi! Wait, this is so...
Welcome.
Whoa.
My home. This is the first floor. There's like 4 rooms.
Whoa!
It's crazy.
This is like the other place we were at for Nick, but like on crack. This is huge.
It's really weird. This is our theater.
This is deja vu.
Yeah,
it's like the same house.
This is...
Oh my god.
Wait, you guys should sit there.
I know, it's in the same spot.
Wait, where do we go? Okay, you show. Okay.
So, we have like a few people living here. Just club gang shit. I don't even know how to explain it.
Yeah, no, we get it. The club gang shit, right? Okay. That's all I do.
I'm sorry, but this is the same video.
I know.
She's standing there, you're standing there.
Wait.
Hi. I'm so scared.
Don't be scared.
I'm fine.
It's gonna be fine. I am so emotionally exhausted from this whole situation that like, I'll probably be the one that dies first, you know what I mean?
No, you'll be fine. I'm so over it. Forever long.
Same. Wait, so this is, what floor is this?
This is 4.
Whoa.
Second floor is like rooms and stuff, and then third floor is gym and club, and then this is
Club. Right. Bar?
That countertop? You're not gonna comment on this countertop?
Yeah, this is big. Do you guys cook?
A few of us do. I don't know how to cook.
Yeah, me neither. Big dead stuffed bear. Just letting you know. I don't know if you know that.
No, it's fine. That's really easy.
Whoa. Front or backyard. Front? I don't even know. This is the yard.
How old are you?
22.
Okay. What is it like living here?
It's overwhelming. I grew up in Ohio in like small town, like nothing.
Yeah.
But like, it's my life now.
Are you used to this?
No.
Alyssa, what's up? What
I literally thought, like, I saw you following me for the past 10 minutes. You scared me so
Really?
bad.
Okay, well, don't be
like,
scared.
A stalker. But now it's like, we used to live in the house 2 down, but we still have that. That's like the face house. And then this is like the cloud house. So I'm used to like a bigger, I don't even know.
Right.
Yeah, it's just companies. I don't know.
Got it. No, same. Yeah, I have my, you know, I have my places too.
Whoa.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't even know how to film this.
What do you do with this?
It's just there.
Same. Me too.
I don't know.
All right. Well, let's cut the camera off for a second, and then we can set up for a little interview moment.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. So I was asking to go pee, like, oh, where's the bathroom? And she informed me that there's 3. there's fucking urine.
Whoa.
Alyssa, this feels like a Target. Like a restaurant? Or like a restaurant. This isn't like a house. This is crazy. Wow, fun.
Wow.
Who lives here? Who live here?
11.
Wait, is this rice on here?
Yes.
Fucking on your bitch now, on your bitch now.
Okay, show me the club.
Okay.
Oh, wait, what?
I feel like such like those like weird bitches, like, ooh, look how much richer I am than you. No, but like, we don't even like pay for this. Like, it's like our company that pays for it.
Wait, who pays for this house?
Investors and all that.
Oh, where the fuck do I get this? You have a gym.
Yes, I did. There's a sauna. This is a club.
Okay, so you weren't kidding. So you have a club.
Yeah.
Is that a DJ stand?
Yeah.
So DJ, you have this.
I don't know what that is.
How many YouTubers have?
No, none. I already.
Are you sure?
It's like 10 spots.
Pretty big. What are those doors go to?
I don't know.
Let's find out together.
Mom.
Great call. Whoa.
Why would
Ew! Wait, I didn't even know about this.
It's all the former Team 10 members.
Oh my God.
They're all hidden.
It's Niels and Tessa.
Tessa! Are the twins back there?
What is it? Wait,
okay?
wait, there's like lights and stuff.
Yeah.
Wait, is that a party?
No, that's like a... Do you want to do the interview in there?
Honestly, it's dark. It would make sense. Oh my God, there's like a whole DJ setup and everything. Do you have a song?
I have the one song I made.
Which one?
Should've never cheated now, never cheated now.
It's every night, sis.
Let's...
Oh.
Come on, guys.
He's a better kisser now, better kisser now.
I don't know.
Well, this is big.
You can look here.
I gotta go.
I'll get a bar stool for you.
How are you feeling?
Nervous?
Does that look okay? Are you good?
Yeah.
Okay. The reason I wanted to talk to you was because you are somebody who was really in it, and you also have said to me that you don't want to hold back and you just want to like talk about all this stuff and then move on.
I think after just like the Jake and Logan thing kind of like came up and like hit the fan, people have the wrong impression of me.
Anyway, the whole thing sounds really messy.
I just want to like tell my side.
How did you join Team 10? How did you meet Jake? How did all of this really go down? Were you, did he find you and like cast you? Because that was a big thing everybody was talking about.
Yeah, so no. I was never casted. I'm just gonna start with like how I met them. If my voice sounds shaky, I'm sorry. I met them in Ohio and had like a little thing with Jake for a while. So I met Jake and met Logan, met the whole family, went to like Christmas with them, all of that. And then they moved to LA and I was just texting Jake nonstop. He was like, oh, well, I know you want to be a model. Like I could help you with modeling. Like, how about you come out to LA? I can like
just help you with that. Maybe sign you to an agency and just, you know, like I'll take a percentage of you and you just help me in videos and I can be like your or you can be in my videos for just like my thumbnail and all that stuff. And then I was like, oh yeah, like that works.
Okay.
Yeah, just stuff like that. Like when Vine was popping, he was like, yeah, I'll put you in some of my Vines and then you'll get like a little bit of a following and you can like use that for modeling and all that stuff. And then, so I did.
And you guys weren't dating?
No, we never officially dated, ever. Yeah. Which there's so many things out there like, oh, Jake Paul's ex-girlfriend, and like I'm always known as the ex, but we never...
literally I'm probably gonna call this like the ex-girlfriend, and it's not real.
No.
Wait, what? Yeah. What do you mean? Okay, wait, because I've heard so many things that I'm confused at this point. Maybe Jake did say this, and I don't remember, because that was a month ago.
I'm not sure. I mean, I don't think anybody's really said anything the same, so I think you probably heard it 3 different ways.
So he kind of wanted a YouTube girlfriend.
Yeah, just for thumbnails though, and like for 5 seconds, and like a video.
So how long did that go on for?
Well, it started like when he noticed his videos did better with me in the thumbnail, and then he started it like right after that, so maybe like 1.5 to 2 years. He started like Jalissa.
Okay. Yeah. So you weren't really official.
No.
Then what was it?
It was just hooking up, and like I chased him for so long. I wanted him to be like my boyfriend. So, quick update, I'm in the bathroom right now. Jake is outside. He still has no idea. They're setting up right now at the house. I'm trying so hard not to like say anything. I'm just so excited and I keep smiling. He's like, why are you so happy? He has no idea. And I was just so confused. I would confront him every day being like, what are we? Like, I need to know, this hurts so bad. Like, when he leaves this meeting, he's gonna go home and we're gonna surprise him. Put me through so much shit, I need to know what we are. And he was always just brushing it off, being like, oh, I don't know what we are. Like, we'll figure it out, da-da-da. Like, I have to go to an audition, I have to go film. Like, we never really established what we were. So, Nick just texted me. I'm shaking right now. They're like 5 minutes away. They're about to be here. Jake, if you're watching this, I hope we surprise you. But we were together, but we weren't.
Thank you for throwing this though.
Are you happy?
Yeah, I'm old. I feel old now though. Everyone's celebrating how old I am.
If that doesn't make sense.
Okay.
Should we talk about Team 10?
Yeah.
Okay, so originally I signed a contract with Maverick Media and 10 Digit Media. Maverick Media was Logan Paul, 10 Digit Media was Jake Paul. And that was like June 2015.
So you signed a contract with Logan?
With Logan and Jake.
What? What does that mean?
Just basically to sum up, me being in their videos and then them helping me out with like following and like modeling and connecting me with their like people that they know for modeling or acting or whatever.
You being in Logan's videos too?
Logan
as
and Jake's
what?
videos. Just hot girl, I don't know.
When you were doing all those videos with Logan that were like, oh, I stole your girl and all that stuff,
that was not real. That was just like me and like he just needed clickbait, or he just needed like a...
I'm gonna use you for clickbait.
No.
No, and I got an idea. I'm gonna steal you from Jake.
Oh.
Because like he makes it think like you guys are like dating and you guys are like...
Like, oh, hey, let's come over for 10 minutes, like, just as a joke.
And that was kind of like a part of the deal. Like the contract.
So that was for a 5-year contract. I signed it in 2015, and then after like a year went on, Logan like called me and was like, hey, like I don't really feel comfortable taking a percentage of you, like, or I'm like, you can leave the contract, like I just don't want to take a percentage of you, it just doesn't feel right. And I thought that was dope. I was like, oh shit, like someone realizes like I'm not a whatever.
Interesting.
Yeah, he was really nice about the whole thing. But
that's one nice thing we've heard about Logan in the last 2 months.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Interesting. What about Tessa? There is a lot of videos of him like kind of treating her like shit. Was that real? And was he kind of shitty with people in Team 10?
Yeah. He was just like the boss, the father, like he treated I don't mean me like shit. It was kind of like, oh, well, Jake's home from filming Disney, like, time to film, let's go. Everyone drop what they're doing, like, cancel your meetings, like, stuff like that.
So, your video, you talked about some, like, abuse. And that was a big thing, right? It was, you know, talking about Jake hurting you off camera and, like, being abusive to you was the tone of the video. But then when I was digging into it, you know, that was a year ago. So when I was digging into it more recently, I don't know 100% if that's real or what really happened.
Yeah.
Alyssa, Violet, and Jake broke up because there was a lot of abuse and shit like that. Alyssa started...
Listen, we gotta clarify that because it's a huge word.
I wasn't like getting abused every night when he came home from work. It was never like physical abuse. There was some things, like if we filmed a video and he had to push me into a bush, normally you would just like nudge someone or pretend to push someone, like just act like you pushed harder, but he would actually like shove me. And like I showed in my videos, I still have like, there's like these 2 little dots here and like there's scratches, like it's just stuff like that where just he would just do it way too hard.
Ow, ow!
Yo, you guys wanna die?
And it was like, everyone would kind of be like, whoa, like, don't do that. It's just like, it's stuff like that. I was never, and I want to clear the air because he's not like a physical abuser, like he's not an abuser, but it's mentally and emotionally 100%. Every day, 2,000 times a day. I can't even remember a conversation where it was like me walking away, like feeling good about myself. It was always like, I've always looked out to be crazy, or I always looked out to be like, I don't know.
I mean, listen, I'm glad you're saying he's not like a physical abuser, because that is like a huge, scary thing that like is like bad, right?
Yeah.
But the mental manipulation and emotional manipulation thing, like that still can kind of tear a person down.
I'm still dealing with stuff like to this day. I know that like a bunch of the pranks, for example, he would let us know like the night before, I'd be like, hey, by the way, I'm gonna like pretend to wake you up tomorrow with like a leaf blower, like whatever it is. For me, he would let me know for a bunch of pranks before it happened, but like a bunch of pranks, he wanted to see my like real, genuine reaction of like, a lot of the pranks were real. And that's why I'm so annoyed in all of his videos, because I don't know what's going on behind the scene. I don't know if we're together, and I try to talk to him about it, and then he's like, he brushes it off, but 2 minutes later he's like, hey, I need you for a video. And then I always look so annoyed in all the videos, because I don't know what we were ever.
No, Alyssa and I are not dating. Everyone asks me that every single day. We're literally best friends. We've known each other for like so long now. You guys think we should date and whatnot. And like we flirt, yeah, we flirt. I mean, it happens, okay? I mean, I think she's awesome. It's just not like that. It's just not like that, bro. You know? Jalissa, it isn't real. It's just something that we joke around about it a lot. But Alyssa, if you're watching this, I still love you. I love you a lot.
No, I'm just not good on camera. I'm really weird, and I get shaky, and I blurt out things.
What's like the gist? Like, what do you think you want people to get out of this?
Just double standards thing. Like, it's not okay to slut shame women and not slut shame men, and it's 2018. And like, it's okay if you're in an abusive, mentally abusive, emotionally, or even physically like abusive relationship. It's okay to tell someone and like get past it. Because I got past it.
Yeah. A lot of people are gonna be like, oh, she's, you know, maybe she's just trying to make herself look good, or oh, maybe she's just trying to make Jake look bad, or oh, blah, 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 blah. I mean, you already owned up to the abuse, you know, that was a little exaggerated. Yeah. Is there anything else like that you could be like, you know what, I fucked up in the relationship too, or I was also fucking with his head sometimes too, or messing up things too, just to...
Yeah. I never, like, did anything to his head. Should I get into the Logan shit now? Yeah. Okay. And then one weekend, he was going to, like, this lodge or something. He's gonna go snowboarding with his friends, and I was like, oh, I wanna go, because, like, I was part of the group. I thought it was normal. And he was like, oh no, you need to like stay here. And there was no one else. Everyone in the house was going with them. And then I was like, well, why can't I go? He was like, oh, well, there's this girl going and I really want to have sex with her and I just don't want you to like get in the way of that or whatever. And I was like, I can't just go and like have fun and sit on the couch like everyone's leaving town. And then he's like, no, like you're not allowed to go. So he went with all my friends, left me, and then I was so pissed off. I was so fed up. I was so hurt. I was so disgusted. I just was at my breaking point. And then I hit up Logan and I was like, yo, like let's hang out. And then we all went to a club, like a bunch of our friends together. And then me and Logan hooked up. And I don't even feel comfortable saying that out loud. Like I'm still disgusted by it.
To me, it kind of makes sense, even just hearing you say that, because like, I always found that story scary and crazy and gross because it was Logan. And like, you, in my head, I didn't villainize you really because I was like, oh, it's this broken girl in a toxic relationship and she's like manipulative to match other people's manipulation and like whatever. I'm grossed out that like Logan was like okay with doing it because that's his brother. That was my whole like woo.
Yeah.
I think that's most people's thoughts on it. So it happened.
And we were never dating. That's another thing. It's like everyone was like, you guys, Alyssa cheated. Like he cheated on her, then she cheated on him. We were never dating, ever. He was literally fucking girls in front of me. Like I would hook up with him. Sorry, mom. I'd hook up with him. I would leave to go to my friend's house for like an hour, 2 hours. I'd come back and then all of a sudden knock on his door, be like, hey, like, and then open up, there'd be a girl in there. And they'd literally be fucking right after we hooked up. And that happened not once, not twice, not 3 times, like so many times I've lost count. I should have left. I really like should have left so many times. And I packed my bags and I'd have a meeting and be like, hey, I want to leave. And they'd be like, sorry, you can't. You're not allowed to leave. And I was just like, oh. And I couldn't even afford to leave, even if I wanted to. They took a percentage of my money, but the checks went through Team 10 first. They would keep it. They'd send me like a couple $1,000s when it was like 20,000. And I'm like, oh, well, where's the rest of my money? Like, I'd like to get a car, get my own apartment. I'd like to move away. And they're like, oh, you can't manage your money properly. So we're gonna like hold on to it for you and we'll like dispense it to you. They kept so much money from me when I left and I was a bitch to get back.
What did Logan say? I'm so like, and you don't have to get into detail because this is like a little too personal, but like when you were like, hey, let's hang out or whatever, like, was there any ounce of like, well, it's my brother? And,
no. It was, I mean, me and Logan were like close. We lived together, we all lived together. And like, we kind of like established that friendship, like close friends. And then we went to a club like we normally would do and just hung out and then drank, and it was just a bad decision on both of our parts. We texted after and we were like, I was like, please don't ever like tell Jake, I don't ever want this to get out, like it was so stupid. And he was like, listen, like I'm a savage, I'm a maverick.
Oh, fuck.
I was so worried about people calling me a whore and calling me all these names, but like I know I'm not. Like I've only had intimate relations with like a handful, not even a handful of people. Like I know I'm not a slut, so it's like, why should I care what other people think? And like just my brain back then, how like I was just thinking, it's just, I don't even, it's just a different person.
You know, I don't know how this all happened. I was definitely not planning on all of this happening.
Yeah.
And getting involved in everybody's lives and shit, but I think it is good for everybody so that everyone can move on.
Yeah, I've been trying to move on for so long.
Yeah. Is there anything you haven't talked about yet that you're like, fuck it, I just want to get it off and then never, literally never have to talk about this shit ever again?
Yeah. So just the diss tracks were like was just a fun thing to do in the summer, and like no one knew it was like real beef because everything was kind of like a secret back then. But I filmed the video with Logan and that blew up, and it was a fun experience just being a part of it. It was a lot of fun. And then the second like we were done filming the music video, we went back to Logan's. I ran into Greg Paul, which I talk about in my video, and I was just like, oh hey, like trying to be nice, how are you? And he was like, you're such a whore, you're a slut, like if you were a dude I would have beat the fuck out of you a long time ago, like you're disgusting, and like basically threatening to beat my ass. And he kept getting in my face, and Logan just sat there and like laughed. And then I went downstairs in my car, cried and cried and cried. I was like crying, and I called Logan. I was like, hey, is this a good idea that I'm like on this diss track with you? Like, I don't want to step on anyone's toes, I don't want to hurt Jake. I just basically asked him to come downstairs and talk to me about it, and he was like, oh, like no, I don't have time, like I have to edit this, I have to post this. And listen, Alyssa, like I already have like your approval of being in this video, like I don't care about what you say now if you don't want to be in it. Like I have you on camera saying that you're excited, so you can't like legally do anything to me. Like I'm gonna progress no matter what you say, so I'm gonna post this, and like no matter what you have to say. And that was kind of the moment where I was like, okay, Logan, like I just didn't really fuck with him after that.
Literally. What this whole experience has shown me is like there's so many sides to everything, but also there's like, I almost feel like everybody's on the same level, kind of like
just owning up to their shit. Yeah.
And just like living and moving on.
Yeah, because that's happened so long ago. They just kept trying with the diss tracks and to outdo each other, and just everyone's just exhausted and we're over it, and we don't want to be like faking it anymore. We just want real shit. We want to make real shit. We want to be cool creators and just move on. But like if you wanted to make this literally a 10, 15, 20 part series, there's so, that would be like, I hate you.
What do you think's gonna happen with him, with everything?
Prison? I'm just kidding.
Fuck. Whoa. I was like, whoa.
I didn't think she was kidding at all.
I know.
No. I don't know.
Y'all can't handle this. Y'all don't know what's about to happen, baby. Team 10. Los Angeles, Cali boy. But I'm from Ohio, though. White boy. It's every day, bro, with the Disney Channel flow.
I can't believe it's over. This is it. This is... Tiny. Huh. Welcome to the Team 30 house.
Hi, Jake. Jake. Nice to meet you. We got Starbucks, yeah. I got my cake.
I want a whole cake after this is over. I'm gonna take a shot. Do you want one?
Double it.
Wait, really? I'm down.
Should everyone take a shot? All get fucked
we should
up
all take a shot.
This is very different from Good Morning America. I'm down! Wait, what should we have? Yeah, wait, what do we drink? Damn! Oh, right. See, Team 10 has nothing on me.
Patron.
Fireball. Jesus Christ.
Oh, God. Grey Goose.
Wait, are we actually doing this? Am I gonna cut this out? I don't know.
Probably.
So, here's kind of what I learned. Yesterday showed me a lot. It showed me you as a real person, it showed me your guys' relationship, but after doing all the research and hearing all the different sides of the story, hearing your guys' sides and everybody's sides, what I realized was, I think the idea of choosing sides and being like, oh, you're the bad guy, oh, she's the bad guy, she's the bad guy, oh, Alyssa's the bad one, oh, FaZe is the bad one, or oh, Jake's the bad one. I think it all, at the end of the day, like, doesn't even matter, because when you look at it, everybody is kind of on the same level on all sides. It's like, yes, you know, Alyssa cheated on you and all of that stuff that we'll talk about, but then you could also say, well, but Jake probably did this. Jake probably did that. So it like balances each other out. It's like, yes, this person might have lied about this situation, whatever.
Because Jake, you're abusive, and you physically abused Alyssa.
then on the other side of it, it's like...
He's not like a physical abuser, like he's not an abuser.
Erica has things too.
She knows everything that I went through. And like, she's just super hypocritical.
Everybody says that this happened,
Like 100% proven that FaZe Banks was innocent. And he never removed the video.
I feel like it's just everybody has made their career based on drama, controversy, beef, views.
Look, I'm excited for the rest of this series. I literally have no idea what it's about or where it's going.
And you've been very honest about that. Like, yeah, I wanted to be famous. I wanted to be on Twitter news. I wanted to do all these things, and it worked.
Basically, anything I do now gets picked up in the press. All press is good press.
Right.
But the side effect of that is it kind of puts everybody in the same place of like a mess.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, for sure.
You know what I mean?
No, it is, yeah.
And I had this weird feeling of like, wait, but I like him, and wait, I really like Erica, and like, I feel like I could be friends with her, but what does that mean? Am I dumb? Am I, you know, are people gonna be mad at me for that? But it's like, no, because I liked FaZe too when I met him. I thought he was cool. I think everybody has their shit that they've done. It's not about making this person look bad or this person look good. It's like, this is your chance to just be like, all right, here's my side of it, here's my opinion, here's my story, what I think happened, what I think about these things. Nobody can hate on you for just being honest.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like nobody can hate on that.
As much as I love Jake, we don't talk like normal brothers do, I think, as much as we should. Our family's a bit cuckoo, if you couldn't tell.
This is what it is from my perspective.
For me, like, that, I feel like that was that's why I kind of like never talked about a lot of the controversies, was because I told you yesterday, I was like, I just feel like it would just be like me ranting and like trying to defend myself, and it wouldn't seem like real or authentic, you know what I mean? And like people, even if I was telling the truth, like I don't know, I just didn't feel right about like trying to like respond or like have my side of the story out there.
You've changed, even though I just met you, I can tell. I just feel that, but Jake a year ago, like that's who we're talking about.
Yeah, it's a lot different.
Yeah.
Of a person.
Much different.
Yeah. Okay. So the first thing that's very much a thing is the Martinez twins.
It's crazy because like the Martinez twins and all of us were like best friends. I don't know, like I think their new manager like flipped the switch inside their head to like turn them against us, but like for them to say that I bullied them, like first of all, those pranks on them are like fake.
Yeah.
Like my vlogs are like, it's like lightly scripted, and so when all those pranks, I like tell them I'm gonna do it, and then like they're like okay, and then I do it. I think they just wanted to like capitalize on leaving Team 10 as much as possible to gain like momentum that way.
Oh, sorry. No, it's okay.
Yeah, I was excited, right?
It's everything okay.
Okay, right?
Do you think anything happened with you guys where you went too far with either saying something to them or doing something to them, or something where it was like they felt okay about kind of leaving and fucking you over?
I wish the Martinez twins were here to do
Oh
this.
my god, bro.
They'd be like, what the heck is this Americans doing? They would be like, I want to play soccer.
Yeah. I think that I think sometimes there was a language barrier when we would like be joking around, like off camera. A lot, like sometimes I would see them like get mad at me, but I would always try to fix it and like.
You know what it is? No. It's a post it.
Yeah, post it now.
I'm actually proud of you. That's good. I like to make fun of you, but you guys are actually good.
Again, I don't know why everything got so malicious with that.
They did say that you were saying some like crazy offensive comments. This is another one of those instances where it's like nervous to talk about this stuff on camera because it looks like we're putting blame on things. So I'm just gonna say my thought and you can respond. For me, when I was a kid and I grew up in a household where there was no line. I mean, it was aggressive. The jokes were crazy. It was offensive. And I'm not saying it's good. I wouldn't raise my kids that way, especially now.
Our friend group is very much like, kind of that same way, like the way we were raised, like, it was...
Hello, who want chicken fried rice? We got chicken fried rice.
Crazy, like there was like no line, like very like high school locker room type like vibes. Like you can say anything, people are saying the most messed up things, and that's like how I was raised. And like I think the Martinez twins, like I said, came into that environment where it was like me, my best friend Anthony, my best friend Chance. Anything was a joke to us. So I think like when we would say jokes to like the Martinez twins,
say Donald Trump.
Donald Trump. Donald Trump.
Yeah, we got it. You got it.
I think at the time they thought it was funny, but then maybe looking back on it, they were like, oh, they were like being racist or like.
Can you give me a specific example of what went down with that?
Literally, we would greet each other, like the Martinez twins would walk into the house, like, and if we were all sitting there, they'd be like, what's up, crackers? And like, they'd like call us like stupid, like white people, and like they call us like stupid Americans. We're like, but what up, beaners? Like, we would just like give it back, like bros being bros. And when they left, I think they like used that against us.
Beaner. Like, how he's joking about that. Like, he cannot joke about that.
To be like, oh yeah, they called us like this and that, when like that was the culture in that house.
America, you know what? America.
And they did it to us too. Like everyone would just like joke around.
America.
All right. I don't know what to say.
Do you think that experience made you change a little bit? Because I didn't notice any of that. Granted, I was there's a camera, whatever. But did that experience be like, oh, there is this line?
100%. Like like those words wouldn't even like come out of my mouth, because till this day, like I'd be scared like someone just even saying that I said something bad. You have to find out where that line is, and like I said, like growing up, my parents, or mainly my dad, like there was no line with jokes or anything, and I definitely learned from that situation, like not everyone's gonna joke around the same way. And even if they are joking around, they might not actually be okay with like that environment.
Yeah. Is there anything else you want to say about them before we move on? I mean, and by the way, it's okay to be mad at them, right? I'm not telling you to sit here and be like.
That's what I mean. Like I am mad at them. Like
yeah.
I literally took them from like I went and visited them in their hometown in Spain, and I got there and like. Got to their house, they couldn't even speak English at the time.
No se tiene que enterar de nada.
And I was staying at their apartment just so I could meet them and potentially sign them to Team 10. Their mom barely had any money, like it was like a bad area. And like I took them out of there, like I saw potential in them, brought them to the United States, literally taught them like how to speak English.
There is a station, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See how like normally you'd say there is castle? There is a castle. Yeah. Bro, it's I'm actually like.
Thanks, man. I'm the best.
Gave them a place to stay, and then like they go and say that I bullied them, like, and was racist, like when I was like the first person that they would ever even like feel comfortable to speak English with, like. To me, on my end, it's like I loved them as like little brothers. It was more than just like me helping them get followers.
So another reason that everybody, actually, you know what? Something I haven't actually asked you. Why do you think people hate you or instantly don't like you?
I think there's a lot of reasons. I have gotten into a lot of shit that would make people be like, this kid's a jackass. Like staying on top of the news van. Like at the time, I watched the video back and like I thought it was the funniest thing in the world. I still think it is, like, because that's like my personality, but like watching that from like an outside perspective,
what are those?
And like detaching myself from it, like I look like a fucking douchebag.
I guess he didn't like my shoes, but I don't think they're so bad.
Like look, like that was terrible. But I think the people that like know me and like the fans were like, that was hilarious. As like the list of controversies piles up, and there just began to become this like bandwagon of like, fuck Jake Paul. Mm-hmm. And once that momentum like goes, it's hard to do anything to reverse that. And like every little thing that you do from then on out just amplifies what everyone thought anyways.
Yeah.
And I mean, I have done like shit that's not okay. So like, it makes sense on why people don't like me. The neighbor situation, again, like, it just spiraled out of control. Everyone was just stuck. everyone was just like stuck. I was stuck with them being my neighbors. The neighbors couldn't go anywhere because that was their houses, and like there was fans outside all the time. I was stuck in that house. I was trapped inside, but I had to keep on like making videos on a day-to-day basis, and it just was a situation that like kept on getting worse and worse. I think where everyone needed to do better was like just having like all the neighbors like communicate. No one ever communicated to me their problems. It was always like, oh, let me go talk to the news station, or let me go talk to like the paparazzi. But no, the neighbors never said, Jake, like, can you not do this? Can you not do that? And honestly, like a lot of the blame was like on me, but I didn't tell fans to come to my house, which everyone thinks I did.
Have you ever talked about how the address got leaked? Because I don't think I've ever heard.
No. So I don't think it's ever been talked about. One of the employees was trying to get Team 10 set up on some Google account. He put an address in and it was the actual address of the house, not like the accountant's office or anything like that. He didn't know. It was an unfortunate situation. Then when you type in Team 10, the house address came up.
For what reason, I don't know, like they just started showing up and it became like a thing for people to come to our house.
I told you guys not to come to my house. Apparently you guys don't listen when I say not to come to my house. Now everyone's gonna show up. Great.
The rumor was you guys purposely leaked the address, and the truth is one of the employees fucked up and like it was too late, and that sucks.
Yeah.
But the whole world thinks that we wanted to make a spectacle of ourselves, or Jake wanted to make a spectacle of himself. Yeah. And it wasn't the case at all. It was awful.
And I tried talking to there was like one neighbor who was like mainly pissed, and I talked to him like in person. I was like, yo, like how can I make this situation better? We tell fans not to come. We have our own security 24/7 to kick fans away from our house. I can't even walk out of my house without paparazzi. Like I hated it too. Like I felt like a prisoner in my own house.
You see what's so crazy? We have to deal with people assaulting us? Like why?
Sorry about that.
What have we done to anybody? Like we're just trying to make videos and make people laugh.
Really the only solution was for us to leave, which we tried to do as fast as possible. And when we did leave, that solved it, you know, so. Yep. But I get why the neighbors hated me, like I really do. Obviously like the fire thing, we didn't know it was gonna turn into like that big of a fucking thing. We thought it was just gonna like light a little thing on fire, and obviously like it uproared, and like there's no excuse for it. We were just being dumbasses and making money from it. It was at the height. Like no YouTuber had ever like blown up that fast, and it's like I'm not gonna stop. Something that I learned is like for every action there's a consequence, and I know that now, but like I don't think I realized that in like the height of my like vlogging days. I just would act and not really care what the result was.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was dumb.
I mean, I think even just hearing you say that and being like, listen, I didn't give a fuck, having fun with my friends, getting views, that at the moment meant more to me than, you know, I wasn't fucking thinking about others. I was thinking about myself. So this is something that's like a lot, but there's a video right now that a lot of people are talking about from a channel called Nerd City.
He is intensely hated by most other creators now.
You know, you've said a lot that your audience is between 8 and 16. You know that they're young. So here's what people are saying and what the video said. You're constantly promoting your merch, like a lot.
Out of a 13-minute and 50-second video, nearly 7 minutes of that time is devoted to advertising products.
Excessively. You have a merch store in your house. We saw it. It's like merch is very much like always a part of every video. So people basically think that you're manipulating young people, kids watching, to spend their money on you, to buy your merch.
All right, Ben, we need to sell some merch, you know? You're cute, so they'll buy the merch if you wear it. I'm gonna need you to put this on and go in front of the camera, okay?
So I'm curious, like, what your reaction is when people say that's, like, crazy.
Honestly, I think it's fucking stupid that people think that's manipulative. Yeah, I mean, I don't see a problem with it at all. Like, just because my fans are younger, does that mean I'm manipulating them? Like, I don't think a kid would actually believe that and be like, wow, I'm not cool if I don't have this, and like, hey mom, like, I need this to be cool, will you buy this for me? A big part of my content is like to make someone's day. And to me, like, that's what the merchandise is about. For people to say that I'm like trying to manipulate younger kids is it's like, it's ridiculous.
You spoke your truth on that, and I think we should respect that. Psychologically, what it looks like to me, and when I watched that video, I agreed with what he was saying.
Younger viewers are unlikely to understand the difference between advertising and entertainment.
But I agreed with it because I'm a 30-year-old guy who, I just get that, right?
There's some legitimate brainwashing going on. It's very predatory on these kids.
You, and I don't mean this as an insult at all, but I don't know if you know what's right or wrong with a lot of things, and I think you are kind of emotionally and in other ways stunted as a kid, and you show that in a lot of ways with like the crazy things you're doing, and like just the house and the Legos in the wall, and like always wanting friends around and always wanting like attention and always like doing these crazy things. And
yo, we're making snow cones.
Okay. Buying these crazy toys and like buying, you know, it's very much like, once again, I think you're very smart. I'm not saying you're stupid, but I don't think you are this evil genius who like knows how to manipulate kids. So I agree, I don't think you're purposely doing that, but I don't think you know why it is wrong. Like, for example, you made that song about teachers, right? Which pissed off a lot of people. My teachers never taught me that! Now in your head, you're still thinking as like a 12-year-old.
I didn't like school. I still don't.
You're still thinking as a kid, and you're still thinking, teachers suck. Fuck teachers, they were mean to me.
Yeah.
I fucking hate teachers, right?
On my last day of school, I said goodbye. Most kids were still talking smack, and a teacher even asked me, "What are you gonna do when social media dies?" on my way out. I just smiled and waved. They didn't understand the vision.
Because that's how I felt when I was 12. But people who might not be a little bit stunted see that as like, why the fuck would you say that about teachers? That's crazy, right?
Mr. Paul, what's the answer?
Why don't you tell us some shit that we're actually gonna use in our real lives?
So, I think it's one of those things where, for example, you're watching a TV show when you're a kid, right? Say you're watching like SpongeBob. If SpongeBob every 10 seconds was like, buy my merch.
Merch? What? Like, look at all this merch! They can buy, always plug.
Always, right? And was saying things like, teachers are stupid. And would have videos with like, you know, a couple crazy sexual moments or a couple crazy things going on.
Hey, nice butt, Alyssa.
You know, as a parent, you'd be like, I don't want my kids watching that. Or you'd be like, wait, what the fuck? Why is SpongeBob trying to sell my kid shit? And I don't even think you're doing it on purpose. I don't think you're manipulating on purpose. I just think that's one of the consequences of the internet, is people having a platform and having millions of people watch who might not fucking know that that's not the best thing to do. Because I don't think anybody around you is like, well, you shouldn't do that. So like, why would you stop?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's, again, just like people finding a reason to be like, fuck Jake Paul. To me, honestly.
It's not a fuck Jake Paul thing. It's a, would I want my kids watching that thing? It's like, is it right to constantly tell kids to buy things that, and I'm not telling you to change it or telling you to stop promoting your merch or any of that. I'm just telling you where those people are coming from when they say that. Because I'm not a fuck Jake Paul person at all. But I also see, like, yeah, writing a song about fuck teachers is like not cool.
But I didn't do that. I basically made a song like, nothing my teachers taught me in school do I utilize in my day-to-day life. At least from my experience, like, they were like, Jake, you're never gonna become shit. Jake, what are you gonna do in Vine Dies? Like, Jake, like, you have to learn how to speak this in French.
Teachers teach subjects, right? English, math, whatever, all those things, which you do use in everyday life. So to say you don't use any of it is like not true. So the things that you wanted teachers to teach you, that you think they didn't teach you, in all honesty, are things that, it's not the teacher's job, it's the parent's job. And
I was gonna make it to part 2 called My Parents Never Taught.
And that's the fucking truth,
yeah,
right?
Yeah,
like,
no.
a teacher shouldn't have to tell you not to blow up your backyard. A teacher shouldn't have to tell you not to promote merch to kids. That's all things that happen at home. The only advice I'd give on that is, like, I think going forward, you might need to have somebody that you hire or somebody around you to be like, hey, no, that's gonna get twisted, don't post that. Or hey, let's not really shoot that music video, that's a little too far. Because that's what they have on TV. They have standards of practice, they have that kind of stuff. On YouTube, you don't. So that will save you from a lot of shit, because we've seen before on YouTube, like, we wish there would have been somebody around saying, you can't post that.
But I don't want to become like so like squeaky clean that it's like not fun anymore. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and I think you can still be crazy. You can still do crazy things. But I think you don't know what the line is. Here's the thing, I don't think you're manipulating. I don't think you know. I don't think you're trying. But I also...
It's not even about that, it just bothers me that like people would even try to make that connection. Like, I'm trying to manipulate an 8-year-old kid to buy my shit. Like, when I was 12 years old, me and my brother had a YouTube channel and we like made our own merch.
Pretty nice, high quality. So, it's up to you if you want to buy a t-shirt like that. It's pretty nice, actually. I'm gonna give those ones to my cousins, so.
So it's like, I've been doing that shit my whole life. So like, for people trying to say like, I'm just doing it to manipulate and trying to make money off of kids, like, shut the fuck up. That's how I feel about it, which like, that's just me being honest.
Yeah, no. And
the teacher thing I get. The teacher thing is like, yeah, I probably shouldn't have done that.
One of the first big situations that happened that kind of made everybody not like you was Alyssa Violet, your ex-girlfriend, supposed ex-girlfriend. She said she got kicked out. She was mad. She made a whole long video about it. She showed Snapchats of all her stuff, like in boxes. And I even remember when I saw that, I was like, whoa. I was like, this is fucking crazy. Like, what is this? And
it's hard for me to talk about for many reasons. One of them is like, I don't want to like start shit again. Just cause like I'm so, like I hate the drama now. Like it's like so overplayed, and like you, I've met with Banks in person, and like we've both said out loud, like if it weren't for this situation, like we would probably be homies. But where do I start? A lot of the reason why I didn't talk about the situation, or like my side of the situation, is like to defend my brother.
When I found this out, I was like, how is Jake not more fucked up? Like, it was crazy, right?
I guess like backtrack, like Alyssa and I always like really liked each other. We were always like dating, but like not really. Like, were we a thing? Yes, we were a thing. One day we're not, one day we were. It was a very like rocky like sort of relationship. I wasn't at the time mature enough to know like how to be a boyfriend. I think it was like I did like a bunch of things that like pissed her off, and like she wanted to revenge. When we would like not be dating, like I would go and talk to other girls, and like, and yes, she would go talk to other guys, but I think everything just like added up, and it was like this like really bad situation. She came up with a plan in her head that like she wanted me to feel the way that she felt, because she thought that I like hurt her so much, and she wanted me to feel that same pain. And so I think out of spite, she began a relationship with my brother behind my back. It was a sexual relationship, and it was while we were dating, while we were on, while we were off. In the back of her head, I think, like I know actually, that she wanted me to find out, and that was like her way of like hurting me and like getting revenge for the way that I hurt her. I'm literally like sitting on the couch like this one night, and my friend comes up to me and is like, hey man, like I've been kind of like putting clues together, but like I was just like, yeah, all right, what's going on? And he was just like, Alyssa and your brother have been having sex. My mind was going like a million miles per hour, and it kind of like immediately, like without asking him why he thought that, or like what the clues were, how they even found that out, I was like, that makes, like it all makes sense now. Like I could totally see that. I was just like heartbroken. For many reasons. I was like, how could like why would my brother do this? Was like one of my first thoughts. In our fucked up relationship, like we did a lot of messed up things to hurt each other, but like that to me was like that was it for me. I was like, I don't want to look at this girl. I can't believe this. Like I don't even really want to like talk to her. I stayed silent for like 3 days, and I wanted to like punch my brother in the face.
This is something that I don't think that many people in the world have gone through, and nobody really would know how to process this. And also, just because you're Jake Paul and people hate you and you've done whatever shit, like, it doesn't mean that you're not allowed to fucking process this and talk about it and figure it out. Did you talk to your brother? How did you get over this, / are you not over this?
No, I'm over it. Me as a person, like, I don't want to like hold grudges against people. Alyssa wanted me to find out about it, and she wanted me to have the reaction that I did, and that was like her way of like hurting me. And I think she wanted to like try like to split Logan and I up. Like, it gave me so many trust issues.
Yeah.
But for me, I was like, if I just let this like manipulate my life, then like I'm giving her like what she wanted. Like, if I let this like affect me and like ruin my life, and I just like become depressed and like sad about it, like then she won. And that's why like I had to like fight against it. And like for my brother, I think that's where I was more disappointed. And I talked to him, and that took me a lot longer for me to forgive him.
What did he say? Like, what? How? I mean, he's not here to defend himself or whatever, and I'm not throwing him under the bus, but I just want to know, like, what? How do you even have a conversation like that?
Yeah. His thing was like, oh, I didn't think that you guys were actually like a thing.
What I heard that went down was, you know, you found this out, and then she kept living there, right? She didn't want to leave.
Yeah, so
and she was there for a while.
After I found out, I confronted her about it, and when I confronted her about it, she like admitted to it. But then I was like, you live in my house, I just don't want to be around you. Like, I'm so hurt by this. If you could like move out and like find a place to stay in the next 30 days, that'd be better for both of us. Like, just take 30 days and find somewhere else to stay. Like, I just don't want to like be around you. After 30 days, she still didn't move out, and then another day went by, another day went by, another day went by, and then all of a sudden it was like 40 days, and she just was like refusing to leave. And so I basically told her, I was like, I can't have this anymore. And she just kept on like taunting me about it. For that like 40-day period, like we wouldn't talk, and like every like once in a while she'd like walk into the house and like say something about like Logan or something like out loud so that like I could hear it. Just like malicious things. And so after like 40 days, I was just like, this is it, like I can't do this anymore. And I called a moving truck and like told her that she had to be out. And that's where you start to see the Snapchats and like all that stuff. And I knew very well like she had places to stay. Like, I gave her places to stay. I told her like, yo, I'll get you Airbnb, like whatever you need to do. Like, I just can't have you living in my house. I was gonna like go insane, because every time I saw her, I just pictured like them together. Like, I forgive her, honestly. I forgave my brother like a lot sooner. It took me a while, and like I don't think she or Banks, like I haven't told that to them, but like I forgive her, and like I also like apologize to her, because like it was just such a bad situation. Like, we drove each other like mad. Like, no one in the situation is innocent.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I feel like you care a lot about your brother. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to see that you and your brother went through some shit. I understand not wanting to lose him and lose that relationship, and like, it's like a weird situation, right? Where it's like you don't want to piss anybody off, but also like, this was a catalyst for so many things. Like, everybody thinks you kicked her out and it was this and that, but cut to her with your brother. And also, you don't really have that many people around you that you probably can trust, and he's your brother, and now you can't even trust your own brother, but like, he's your family, so what the fuck do you do?
I didn't know what the fuck to do. I was like, it was the most alone I ever felt in my life. I felt like I lost everything, because I did care about her a lot. And then like, it was just like, that's out of my life, and then like, my parents didn't even know what to do. My parents like tried talking to Logan, and like, they were pissed at him, and then I talked to him about it, and like, it didn't really make me feel better about the situation, but like, I just had to like swallow the bullet. What hurt the most was like when months after they like made out on his like diss track thing that he made against me.
See, this is like why I'm so confused by everything, because when I see, you know, thumbnails, right, on YouTube, like, oh, reacting to my brother, or kissing, you know, Jake's girlfriend or whatever, I assume it's fake. I assume it's drama.
Real.
That, to me, is crazy, and also explains a lot.
Yeah.
Because how the fuck did you... How are you even okay now? And here's the thing, once again, not to throw Logan under the bus, but I think your brother has, you know, a history of not knowing where the line is for some things. That, in his head, was content. It's views, it's this, it's that, it's a music video. Like, I think there's like an emotional detachment where it's like, oh, but it's views and it's drama and it's this and it's that, right? Like, Jake loves that, he gets it. If you guys weren't YouTubers, that would end a family. That's like family ending shit. Like, you fucked my girlfriend.
Yeah.
But because you're YouTubers, you have to like play into it, and it's like clicks and views, and like, it's very toxic. It's very.
Well, I had two options. I had one option, which was like, don't talk to this kid ever again, or option two, not let it split us apart.
Right.
Which is what she wanted.
Right.
And I chose option two, and it was a lot harder of an option, because like mentally I had to like cope with it, and it still like haunts me. Like, Erica like had to like teach me how to like love and like trust again, because like I just didn't want to. And
I have a, like, you know, soft spot for you. We talked about it even in the past couple hours. I've noticed it's hard for you to feel things and express what you're feeling, and I don't want, even though he's your brother and you love him and stuff, and I don't want this to be something that you like push down, because like, you need to feel this. That's something you should not feel weak about feeling that, because that is like something that would tear up a person. It didn't tear you up because you were probably like raised to like be strong, be strong, be strong, be strong, but I think that might be forcing you to push that shit down, which is why I'm happy Erica's around, honestly, because I feel like she's probably a person who you could be real and actually feel things around. She's not going to judge you and make you feel like you're being a pussy, make you feel like whatever. Like,
yeah.
Nobody can be hurt or mad at you for fucking talking about your shit, telling the truth, talking about what you've been through. Have you talked to your brother and stuff about like the fact that it might come up at some point again? Like, when he sees this, are you going to be like scared, like, oh, I don't want him to be mad, because like...
Yeah, part of me is like, yo, he's probably going to be pissed about this, but I think he also understands that like he did it, and like, and that he fucked up too, so like...
Yeah, he fucked up, like, real bad, and I think he'd admit that. So fucked up? Like, literally, where's the line? It's crazy.
Yeah.
So, sorry, that was just my side rant off camera about that. Jesus, fuck. These people are fucking crazy. What the fuck? Sorry. Okay. Fuck!
Fuck, man.
Oh my god. Okay. The assault situation. You and FaZe off camera talked about it, but he says like, oh, Jake said he'd come out and apologize, and that was the deal. Like, he kind of says something about it, and I don't press charges, I don't say anything, and then it's all gone. But you never really did. And also the video that you guys made is still up. So I think that's something we should talk about. What actually happened? Why didn't you come out and say something and apologize if you did have any hand in it, or even say anything? And why is the video still up?
So basically, she explained to me in detail that Banks like grabbed her by the neck, like tried to like choke her or something. She saw him making out with a girl.
He's hooking up with that other girl, and that's not Alyssa.
She had like voice memos and like things from the night that she sent to Erica, basically explaining like the situation like right after it happened. And like you could like hear the fear and stuff in her voice, and there was like no reason in my head like not to believe her. And I was like, wow, this is like the dude who is dating like my ex-girlfriend. Like part of me is like, yeah, like let's make him look bad. And obviously there was like so much beef between us at the time, and like there's beef with like Rice Gum, there's beef between me and Alyssa. Both parties like hated each other, and I decided to like make it into a video. It was not what should have been done, but it was a decision like that I made in that moment to do. And again, I had like no reason not to believe her.
You're not an actor. You're from Colorado. You're not an actor. I can see you're sort of getting emotional about this.
Like everything she was saying was like so vivid and real, and like to me there was no reason on like why she would have like made that story up. We made the video. Well, first she actually like filed a police report, but we made the video, put it up online, and
she filed the police report about what? Was it just that she got hit somewhere, or was his name in it?
I think his name was in it.
If his name was in it, they would have called him.
I think she specifically like said that he like strangled her or something in the club.
I just so happened to take a picture of Megan with the police filing the police report.
It's valid.
Everyone thought that we like hired like fake cops and stuff to like make it look like it was a real police report. I just want to say, like, out of like all of the shit that I've done, this was like I feel so stupid, even just like talking about this situation now, and like I handled it like the completely wrong way, and it's something that should have never been put online. So like I feel dumb like even trying to like explain like my justification for it. Like I just hate talking about it and like bringing it up.
I mean, when there is no line, and when the drama and the beef and everything gets to a point where it's like there's literally no fucking line.
Yeah.
When something like that happens, I can see inside of your head, like what you said, which is like, perfect. Let's ruin them. Let's fucking expose it. Done.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, let's do this. Yeah, we don't know 100% for sure what if it really did happen, or 100% proof and all this stuff, but it doesn't matter. Because we're gonna pick this up now, fucking there it is. Fuck those people. It's 100% wrong, shouldn't have done it, but the psychology of it makes sense.
Yeah, it was too real and like too hostile, and yeah.
I think that's another situation where it's like, you have this platform, right? Millions of people are watching you, and I've seen this with a lot of YouTubers. They have all these people watching you. It's a lot of power, and it's like, oh, I fucking hate this person. I think they're a bad person. They've pissed me off. I can fucking ruin them.
Yeah.
Let's fucking do it.
Yeah.
And you've seen it all. I see it all the time on YouTube. This situation was just like next level because it involved assault, which is like,
it's not a joke.
No. So when you and him talked about it, why didn't you publicly say like, I fucking shouldn't have done that, that was stupid?
That's a good question. Like I don't think I don't have a good answer. Like maybe part of me was like, I don't want to bring this up again. By the time we met up and talked about it, like it was already had dissipated. I felt like maybe it would just bring up that topic again. Banks and I talked about it in person, and like resolved it, and like I think he's a good person, and like we've both grown like so much and learned a lot from that.
Yeah. Do you have a reason for it still being up?
No.
Like why wouldn't you take it down? Why wouldn't you private it?
I never even thought about it, like.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, you don't have to lie. You can just be like, I don't think about it.
No, yeah, I didn't think about it. I don't know if that would, I think the damage was already done, so many people had already seen it, and by the time, like, I don't know. I mean, I can delete it. I probably should delete it.
I mean, yeah, I don't want to like tell you what to do or anything. I think it is something that people are just, why is it still up?
I'll probably just delete it right now.
Oh, fuck.
So I don't forget.
While you're doing that, I should delete a few of my old videos.
Jeez. Yeah, I deleted it.
That's sounding good. That's cool. Wow. Alright, was not expecting that. Alright. I think something that's interesting that like I've just never really heard you talk about, the effects of the Suicide Forest video and the effects it had, because we've heard what it did to Logan, we've heard his side and his apology and how it really did fuck up his fucking business and everything, right? I haven't really heard about how it affected you and yours, because a lot of people think you're the same person.
Yeah. It like dramatically affected my business. It dramatically affected press, everything, like probably the same, just as much as it affected him. Because like you said, people think we're the same person, and you know, we do similar things, we're in the same industry, but you know, we're different people, and when that happened with him, like my name just got looped into everything. It was like, Logan Paul did this, he also has a brother that is known for like controversial stuff, and yeah, it really messed up things from an advertising standpoint to a brand deal standpoint to even just like how, yeah, like the public views like the Paul brothers, you know. I felt all of it. Just to like give a little bit of like context, but like the day after it happened, or like the day he posted the video, like 2 days after that, I was supposed to be doing like a brand deal for like 7 figures. And like that got taken away. I had like another one planned for, that was another 7-figure brand deal that like yeah, we're not doing it anymore. Like, so like from a business standpoint, it like really affected. From an emotional standpoint, like I think I learned a lot from the situation as well. Like it was a lot to go through for like our family just in general. Like it definitely brought us like a lot closer together.
Did you know that the video was gonna go up? Did you know about it before?
He told me what happened, and he was like, bro, I just did like the craziest thing just happened. He was just like, yeah, blah, 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 and he was like, and he like explained it like very briefly, and I was like, oh, like you're posting that? And that was like literally the first thing I said to him over the phone. And I didn't like know what the video was or like what it looked like, or like I didn't even know like how much he even filmed. And
what did you think when you saw it?
I didn't watch it until like after like people were posting the clips, because he like had deleted the video, so I only saw like clips of like what everyone was posting online, you know what I mean? I was shocked. Yeah.
Have you still not seen the full thing?
The full video? No.
Whoa.
I don't want to.
So do you guys talk about it, or is it just something you're just like, this is too confusing, I don't want to talk about it?
It's, for me, it's a little bit of that. Yeah, it's like this is too much, and like I don't like to talk about it, because literally that's like all everyone wants to talk about when they talk about Logan Paul, or even me. It's like,
I think the reason it's interesting to me is because I can't imagine you doing that. I just can't.
Yeah.
What I will say is this. Now, it's almost like starting over. What do I actually like doing? And what do I want to do now?
Yeah, 1000%. Like, that's why I'm on like this like vacation thing right now, like to figure that out. Like, what do I really like to do? Like, what do I really want to do? Like, what's next for me? It's like you said, like it's like starting over.
I have a weird gut feeling about you. I always have. I think you're better than, you know, all of this drama shit. I think it's like, you don't need to do that anymore. And also, like, this is something that, like, I might be overstepping a boundary, but, like, it's just my opinion. You don't have to take it. But working with family's bad. I know you love your family, but it is toxic. It doesn't fucking work. My mom at one point lived with me and worked with me, and I love my mom, but that was bad. It ended bad. Yeah. And like we like didn't talk for a while. She moved out. It was a whole thing, right? But then once I was on my own again, and I figured out who the fuck I was, that's when shit really started growing, and I started getting better and figuring things out and making cooler stuff, because it's like, and I don't know the full story, but like your dad, like kind of living there part-time with you, you know, being a part of your business in any capacity, I think you need to phase that out for him and for you, because that's going to end bad. I don't know what's next. We haven't really talked about your business and all of that stuff, but like, I think it is something that maybe you should think about, which is like, oh, I gotta do this for me.
Yeah.
Next, I gotta do this shit for fucking me. I shouldn't have a million people depending on me. There were so many people at your house, and they all are depending on you. And that is like stressful as fuck. It's like a lot.
There's not many people you could trust out here. Like, I'm sure you know that. And my dad's in there right now to like look over everyone's shoulder. Like, my old business teams were like stealing money from me, and so. And I think in that capacity, it's been super helpful.
Yeah, and I think he can help in that way.
Yeah.
He can help get shit back on track. But then I think you need to do your own thing.
Yeah, no, 100%. My mindset has changed, and I think a lot, like, what people will see is definitely a lot of focus more in myself, and less people, like, depending on me.
And you're not being an asshole by saying that, by the way. Don't feel like, oh, my dad's gonna be mad, or my brother, people are gonna be mad at me. You're not an asshole for saying that. That's just a human thing.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot.
Fuck me, yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know what the first step of this is, but I think, like, you can do, like, a talent management thing. That's fine. But, like, it shouldn't be something where you're handing people careers, because that's just fucking not gonna work.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it hasn't worked.
You know?
Yeah.
Because, like, the last thing you need is more, like, why I left. Why I left.
But I swear if someone else makes a why I left you 10 video, like...
it's just like... oh my god. Yikes.
It's like the truth. My truth. I almost cried.
What did you guys talk about? What'd I miss?
Just... a lot.
Yeah. Did you tell him about...
You told me not to.
Oh, I love you.
What did you not? What are you guys? What's the secret?
So my producer Katie yesterday was actually a therapist, and the whole day she was really just like watching you and talking to you and just like seeing you off camera and just like seeing what you were like. Because the whole point was like, is he a sociopath?
So she was actually secretly a therapist. Yeah. Did you know that?
Yeah, remember when we were
I told her. I told her that.
No.
You probably don't even know what it is.
A sociopath?
Yeah.
I don't think I know the exact definition, but it's not good.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
Oh my god. All right, let's.
Wait, but so did she say anyone was a sociopath in our group?
We'll talk about that in the next video.
Fuck. Did she?
So it's been a little bit. We've been kind of hanging out for an hour talking. And something came up. I was like, listen, I don't want to get too deep into family stuff. It's not my place. Should I take out the part where I was like, I think your dad needs to move out. I think you need to be kind of on your own for a while. And then you kind of said there was something.
I said no. Like you can leave that in there. Like it's not something I already don't know. My dad definitely like helped when I needed him, and like he was someone I could trust as I was bringing in new business people, but I told him like weeks ago that that he should go back to Ohio, and like we should just go back to like he should just be my dad, and like we could just like have like a normal father-son relationship and like and bond like over the stuff that we love. Like we both love off-roading, we both love cars, we both love motorcycles. Like that's the relationship that I love with my dad, and like I told him, I was like, we're both gonna be happier that way. Like just be, even for Logan, because like his relationship with Logan is very broken as well, and it's like we just need you to just be like our dad and like not be so involved with like all this other shit. And yeah, it's like I said, it's not something I don't know. Like I know I saw it months ago. Like it's just like it's such a sensitive thing because he is my dad, and like I love him, and I didn't want to like hurt his feelings, and like it's just hard.
I mean, I think it's gonna be good for your whole family.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there something you want to say? Are you good?
No, I think that's it. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. It's gonna be like, so he evaluated my whole life, and it's on YouTube now.
I'm excited we're doing this.
Suddenly you look like a stranger.
I know I'm putting a lot of like trust into you, and I think if like someone can, you know, do this and have it be fair, it's you. And I want to be like as truthful as possible, obviously, and like just be super real and kind of just like clear things off my chest that I haven't said before. And I know like a lot of people were saying like, yo, like Shane, why are you doing this? Like, don't give him a platform and so on and so forth. And so like,
I wish that you hadn't pulled the trigger. Shut me down with my bitter heart.
I know you're gonna get criticism for this, and I'm like, I mean, I don't even think I have to warn you, but people hate me, like literally they hate me. And
you swam so deep into my river. Your footsteps lead everywhere I go. I never was a weeper.
I don't, if like this is gonna hurt you, then like I don't want to do it.
For the little things that we wanted, I know it was so good together.
I don't want to have to say like I told you so. Like I told you, people would be pissed, but
I wish that you hadn't pulled the trigger. Shut me down with my bitter heart. My blood is getting thicker. Oh, you shut me down, you shut me down. Oh.
But yes, like if there's anything we can do to avoid you getting hurt.
Shut me down with my bitter heart. My blood is getting thicker. Oh baby, look at me just one more time. Tell me that you don't regret it. I really thought we were fine. Then you shot me down.
We should do it, and we should just be as honest as possible about everything. And yeah, man, I trust you. I trust you.